family member to petition a court in their jurisdiction and say, I want you to temporarily remove from the following people any firearm they may possess because they're a danger and a crisis. They're presenting a danger to themselves and to others.
Hey guys, I'd like to introduce you guys real quick to our special guest. Just had him come into the room. Everybody, please welcome Tom Thummery.
On this episode of Omegle.
Know that I'm here, and your white privileges are going to save you tonight, okay, guys?
That's right. It's time for the Dog and Chicken Show. And welcome back. A long-awaited 2 weeks. And quickly, last week we had to cancel the show because YouTube's a bunch of cunts. Yep. 5 seconds into the show, we're going there. But anyway, good to be back. Yes. Got Lynn with us tonight in Casa El Pollo on his way back to Nebraska. And then, of course, Dog himself. Tony, what you drinking tonight, man? How's it going? Oh no,
good. Actually, really good.
Delay.
I'm actually dipping into. Oh yeah. That's going to be an ongoing theme. I'm sure I'll probably have to refresh like every 30, 40 seconds. That'll be fun. But I'm dipping into a couple different things here. Went to the Still in Lincoln with my lovely wife, and she was kind enough to let me make a couple of purchases. So I've got some Glen Moray Chardonnay cask finish. And one I've been looking forward to for quite some time, Glendronach 15-year Revival Highland Scotch. Oh my God, this thing is flavorful.
Sounds yummy. Lynn and I starting off with a little Crown and Coke as tradition here in the chicken coop. So, not too shabby. I got us a nice bucket full of ice.
All right.
That'll do. And Lynn brought some goodies with him too. Do you want to show off the?
We'll show it off.
Lynn, I'll let him grab those. So Lynn had a good 4, 5, 6 hour some fucking drive today.
For Tony. That's getting delivered to you tomorrow, right, sir.
Ooh. Yeah. That's some good shit right there, buddy.
And then
for me and chicken, kind of went up a couple years on that one.
Nice. Oops.
And then since chicken's always drinking Jura Superstition, I found another 10-year Jura, and I haven't tried yet. So
that
some of that today
should be good. I think that's one of their baseline ones. I think that's what most people go after. So
I came bearing gifts, and they're well received, I believe.
Yes. Definitely well received. What's our drinking games? You already put them up. Okay, thank you, because I totally fucking forgot. AR-15, Mask, Kamala, the C word. Oh wow, this will get good. And Tony's kids interrupt the show. Awesome. What else would we be doing? Oh, all right.
Yeah. Well, let's just start it off with cunt.
Drink. All right, let's see.
Wow.
The fresh.
Not even 5 minutes in, and we've already had 2 C words.
Yep. The C word. We'll get canceled from Twitch tonight for sure.
Oh, you're not supposed to say that?
I don't know. I'm assuming Twitch. You can't say. Oh God. There's a bunch of things on Twitch you can't say now. What's the one of like young boys that never get laid?
Oh,
incel? Yeah. You can't talk about incels on Twitch now. It's super weird. There's a bunch more.
Why?
Because it's offensive to incels. There's a bunch of them on Twitch. I bet you guys smell like roast beef. Yes. Yes, we do.
Every time I see a comment
Oh, Tony refreshes like Jen circles back. Yes, probably. What's up, fellas? And he's refreshing the C word drink, I guess. I guess he didn't spell it out, so I guess it's got a double meaning and double drink word tonight. I guess that's gonna be dangerous.
I'll just say can't understand normal thought.
Oh yes, that's right.
It's an acronym.
Justin, not only did I win the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast Championship from Tony and Phil, but I also won a bottle of Maker's Mark 101 from Justin because he didn't think I would win.
Oh damn!
So I'm like a double.
Against the Pollo.
I'm a double fucking champ heading into WrestleMania.
Well,
And welcome
now
back,
hold
Project
on.
Sadface.
Welcome back, PSF. But on that note that you just mentioned, yes, you did best me at the last Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast show by winning the title and screwing Justin out of a bottle of bourbon. But on that note, this weekend is WrestleMania, so you wrestling fans out there and even the people that don't like wrestling, just do it anyway. Get over to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast, like it on Spotify, on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed because we're going to be doing some wacky, fun, crazy, great, fun-ass review for WrestleMania this weekend where Chicken will get to see the belt for the weekend and then he'll just have to relinquish it back to me. But I
don't know. I might just take it back with me, even if it looks like I'm going to lose. I might just take it back with me because I'll still be the champ before I leave, and then you can live without a belt if that were to happen, which I don't think it will.
Hey, blame Phil. I told him to bring it to town for like 2 weeks so I could mail it to you, and yeah,
the champ has been deprived of his glory. I don't even have my belt. I'm the champ. See how these guys operate?
I also have a bottle for you as well, Chicken. So when you do arrive, I have a bottle of Restless Stowe.
Oh,
I don't know if you've had that one yet.
I have not.
You had me at breast.
All right.
Catch up on these. Project, happy to see you're reading comments. All right. I said belt would stay in Iowa. It's got to get back to Iowa. You're right, Tyler. These ne'er-do-wells over there in Nebraska think they can just like hog it and not allow the real champ to have his gold. That's kind of fucked up. But I guess when you're in denial, you're in denial. I'm never betting against Tony ever again. And yeah, fucking Tom is too Hollywood to read his chat. Yeah, I know, right? I don't want to talk too much about Tom, but I will shit on Tom because of one thing. We are streaming live every Thursday at 8:30, except for last week. Guess what Tom's doing tonight?
Oh, he's streaming.
He's streaming on our time slot.
Oh.
That's like since he went to Twitch, he forgot the unwritten YouTube rules. You don't
shit where you eat.
Yeah, you don't
fuck your friends.
Yeah, you don't bro fuck. Yeah, that's not cool. What a cunt. Drink.
God damn. All right. I didn't know that the C word was going to be the most popular drinking word. I wouldn't have popped that in there.
Oh, you know I'm on the show.
In Lynn's
that's one of my favorite words.
Yeah. Casa El Pollo, you get us both like in person next to each other.
And we're drinking? Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, let me that deserves a delayed come on, man, if I can find it. Oh my god.
That's what she said.
And just,
I got the favorite.
I'm sorry. You're never going to bet on me again. Come on, man. You better bet on me this weekend. Justin, because I am getting the belt back. Like it's a foregone conclusion. I'm sorry.
Yes. So yeah, definitely check out Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast this weekend. WrestleMania 2-night event. I'll be at Castle KOE along with Tony. We're going to do some liquor reviews. We're going to just do some regular bullshitting and podcast, and we'll be super hammered, I'm sure, and watching some wrestling. And then I possibly may be back for an additional episode the following weekend. We'll see. I still have to work that out, and I know Tony's got to work that out too. Like we're as Phil said it, we're taking all the charity from our wives that already in April. The rest of the year is going to be tough. First story of the night. Is there anything you wanted to talk about first? I don't want to jump right into the gun thing. I mean, it's kind of the the breaking news of the day. Oops, wrong.
Well,
Breaking.
before we dive into the topic, let's do what very little we can and mention as vaguely as possible why we were off for a week. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but
Sure.
I feel like we better at least touch on it.
Brendan Roy, that son of a bitch from Dads Worldwide, talked way too much about how he dislikes the perfect vaccine. Yes, it is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. How dare you ever do anything against the WHO? We're not like everybody bow down to the WHO
and get vaccinated right now.
Yes, yes. We've learned our lesson. We got our slap on our hand. Yes, we've learned. With an official strike in the rules and examples that were given to me by Susan Wiki. I went through and in my appeal stated every one of their examples and how they were wrong with we never said what they said we said. We did not match a single example in there. And we actually came back and refuted any of our like off the cuff jokes. Lynn, you even said, hey, yeah, we're on the internet. Yeah, we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. None of us are actual experts. So yeah, you should probably talk to your doctor.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. Yeah. That wasn't enough for Susan Wiki and those at YouTube. So that's my rant.
Well, I do have one
That's
announcement I'm supposed to make tonight. In solidarity with the KOE Nation, I will be shaving my head tonight.
Oh.
And because cancer sucks, and we need to, do that. And
so this is
in your
Oliver
bathroom,
Strong.
You got some hair clippers already ready for me, and
Busting
I don't
them
know.
out.
We'll do it on camera, or if I just go and shave my head for like 10 minutes and come back.
I think
I'm bald.
I think we could arrange it on camera.
Yeah, I mean, how about in the comments? Would you rather see me get my head shaved like right here, or just go to the bathroom, get it done, and come back? I mean, it's up to you, commenters.
I don't know how naked are you going to get in the process.
I mean, I could show my nipples.
Well, no, just take just get your phone on here, add that camera, and take that to the bathroom and film him shaving.
Yeah, it could be accomplished.
Yeah, we'll figure it out by the end of the show. We'll be drunk enough. It might be a post-show exclusive, maybe.
It might, yeah. I don't know. It
I
all
don't
depends.
know.
Let's find out in the comments how many people want to see this action.
Yeah, post shows are more fun because we can say whatever we want. But
yeah, and this is my dadcation. I'm taking. I took today and tomorrow off, and
hey, Buddha, look what I can do. Got him. I fucking got him for once.
After a little bit, and yeah, you got Buddha. That was sorry. But yeah, I'm gonna go to the wonderful land of Fairmont by Saturday. So if you're watching the show and you're from that area, I suggest you come find me. I'll be in the one place I usually went to when I was in Fairmont. It's like the only bar in town.
Oh my god!
I'll see you Saturday night.
Project Sad Face is getting in this. Shave your whole body on camera right now.
Damn.
Okay, this isn't OnlyFans. All right.
We're gonna change your name to Project Horny Face. The hell, man!
God damn. And Tony's got a refresh. So yeah, basically we got 1 week suspension on YouTube, claiming we refuted some WHO whatever they said. I'm sure that will never happen again. So moving on. Oh god damn it!
Like
I keep
Nick got
clicking.
you. Buddha
Did he?
got you.
I didn't see it in the comments, so it doesn't count. It's not in our comment
He said,
list.
scroll up, bro.
No, I'm not going to. He didn't get me. Fuck you, Buddha.
Yeah.
Damn it. Tony's slacking on the comments with his laggy ass internet.
I know. Well, you were doing it, and I'm like, oh, I'll just let him do it since my internet's all laggy. And then you stopped doing it. I'm like, oh, I gotta get these in. And then I'm
normally I'm set up. Normally I'm set up to do it really easy right now, but like since I moved all my shit to my computer desk down here, like I'm not in position right now. Like this is I'm really sloppy compared to how I usually am. Oh, that Skinlin. Damn. Maybe we needs an
Ooh,
OnlyFans.
Selena
I heard
says
dad bods are
maybe
in.
he needs an OnlyFans.
That's only your dad
Oh,
bod, lady.
I like it.
I mean, that's my own wife trying to, get me to take my shirt off on camera. That's pretty fucked up. I mean, you want all these goods for the rest of the internet? I mean,
Your
come
wife
on,
is whoring you out
Yeah.
live on YouTube
She's
right
trying
now.
to get me a freaking OnlyFans started.
Damn.
Make some money.
Ah,
buddy.
drink.
Hey, they interrupted.
Aw. Okay. Project Sad Face. Thanks for throwing in the topic. I appreciate it because a little slow start. Let's do it. Let's talk Matt Gaetz because holy fuck, this story has everything.
All right, break it down to us that didn't pay attention this week because, I was busy doing weird shit.
So, all right, Tony, you familiar with the Matt Gaetz thing? I know you weren't originally, but
I didn't really dive too deep into it because, like, when you first brought it up, you're like, this could literally go either way, and there's an argument for everybody who's hating on him and him hating on people, and we're just gonna like let this thing develop. And it was kind of a good thing we didn't have a show last week because we wouldn't have known really what was up yet. So I kind of avoided it, waiting for something to happen, and then a bunch of other shit kind of popped up, and I was really just kind of waiting on an update from you because I don't trust most of the outlets, and I get my info from you most of the time, and then I like, okay, is Chicken out of his
You
mind?
poor
Crazy
bastard.
Conspiracy today, or is he on point today? Let's find out.
That's fair. That's a fair assessment. So basically, when this originally, that's another drink. Oh. So Matt Gaetz, he's a congressman in Florida. If you don't know, he's super righty Republican, big Trump guy. Was like one of the keynote speakers at CPAC. So anyway, there's a story that was coming out about him and potentially an investigation into him with possible child sex trafficking. Now, most people will hear that and they'll think the worst, but this was literally, he supposedly was having an affair with a 17-year-old girl, and because it's interstate travel, he got her on a plane, flew her to Florida. That's sex trafficking of an underage minor because the laws don't allegedly. Yes, allegedly. So anyway, that's what he was being accused of. Now, what happened, and this is where it just keeps getting crazier and fucking crazier. So there's this dude. I'm trying to look it up here on my laptop. I can't remember. There's a guy that was kidnapped in Iran, I believe, like over a decade ago, and they believed he was dead. Like 2 years ago, they just pronounced him dead because we haven't heard anything about him. But his family's lawyer allegedly is trying to extort Matt Gaetz's father for $25 million to get this guy free. So it's like, is this guy alive? Is he dead? Do they know something we don't know? But Matt Gaetz's father wore a wire, and they actually called the FBI of saying, hey, they're trying to extort my family and threatening me with this sex allegation. And so the FBI is involved. This is the DOJ, or I believe the state prosecutor for Florida was the one that supposedly is involved allegedly in this $25 million extortion of Matt Gaetz's father. And all this shit like comes out in a news story, and then Matt Gaetz right away is like, well, of course it comes out as a fucking news story because you guys didn't want the lefty guy getting in trouble for extorting my dad, and you want to defame me. And he goes on Tucker Carlson and then like goes, hey, Tucker, you remember that one time that you had some girl allege that you raped and had sex with her or some shit, like live on his show? And Tucker was like, what the fuck, bro?
That was rough.
Like,
that was fucked
even
up.
Tucker
I watched
Carlson
that
was
on
like,
TikTok.
yeah, even Tucker was like, just for the audience to be clear, that was the craziest interview I've ever had. And that was a mentally insane stalker. Like he just like, that's all I'm gonna say about it. Like he just
that
fucking
was weird. Like
what
his
the
face,
fuck?
his face resembled what's his ass when he was interviewing Pelosi, and she said the Sunday morning, good morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Good morning. Sunday
Bullshit,
morning.
and his
basically-
face like melts in shock. And Tucker Carlson just like, are you seriously doing this right now?
Yeah, well, the point he was trying to make is basically the media will, even though they have no real evidence of something, they're just going to go ahead and ride that lie and say, okay, this happened, regardless if he's innocent or guilty yet, and they're pretty much going to push it. And if they find out later the media was wrong and then he didn't have any of them allegations, instead of like retracting and saying, hey, he really didn't do it, they just won't say anything. And everybody will still think that guy's a baby raper or whatnot. It's kind of messed up. I mean, but that's how the media is. So.
It is. We'll get into that with some of our later stories because I'm going to shit on the media a little bit tonight. Big surprise. There's
No, you wouldn't do that.
No, I wouldn't. So it's his buddy that's like squealing on him right now. It's this guy named Joel Greenberg who is actually he's also an accused sex trafficker.
Oh.
Don't know the details. Is this a 17-year-old girl that was legal in one state and not another? Blah, blah. I don't fucking know. I really don't care. But this guy is like throwing Matt Gaetz under the bus. Now, is he doing it to get out of other charges? And that's a lot of how the legal system works. Is
Narc your friends so
Yeah.
you get a lesser sentence.
yeah, especially for $25 million, but allegedly might be on the side. But yeah, this Matt Gaetz thing. Now, I'll
be
say
friends with Tekashi 69XXXX.
yeah, Tekashi 69. I guess I'll throw it this way though. Like when I first saw like Matt Gaetz like get popular, like in the last 2 years, he's gotten super popular. Before that, he was kind of that weird, kind of chubby Republican that was he was like too young to be like look respectable and just kind of said some of that dorky off the wall shit. But the more popular Trump got, he just was like, oh, I'm going to do what he's doing. And then he started dressing in nice suits, getting his hair done. But he had that like Dexter. You ever watch Dexter?
Like Needy.
That fucking look in his eyes. Matt Gaetz has that fucking look in his eyes. And when you see somebody with that look in their eyes, I don't trust. Like I'll trust 99 out of 100 people. But when I saw Matt Gaetz, even at the CPAC thing, and I was laughing at some of the shit he was saying at CPAC, but I see the look in this dude's eyes, and I was like, one, he's a politician, so you know he's a fucking liar. Two, the look in his eyes, something's wrong with this fucking dude. And so when the story broke and he's trying to defend himself right away, I'm like, there's probably some truth to this. It's probably a both ways thing. I'm guessing. I'm betting somebody tried to extort his dad, or they felt they were being extorted. But he probably fucked some young girl that was like 17. His wife is a very attractive younger lady. I don't know her age, but definitely he's like late 30s, early 40s. And his wife is like really hot in her 20s. So like he's obviously attracted to younger women and then tries to call out sex traffickers. Along with the one thing I forgot to mention is like the extortion thing, the $25 million. They were like, the way they were trying to do it was if you go ahead and do this payment and give us this $25 million, we will make sure that you get pardoned, a full pardon for everything, and you will be the hero in this case because you brought home a war soldier that's been in captivity.
And so they wrote it off instead of extortion, like a win-win for you. But
Yeah,
with only $25 million, you
allegedly.
could be a hero, and your son won't be in trouble.
Yep. So it was just so much. It's the fuckery from the high and the low of what do you think the worst things that the Department of Justice could do, and what's the worst thing that you think a congressman could do, all rolled into one. And it was just it sounded like a fucking fake story. It sounded like I was reading a book when I was reading the news article the first time through. I was
It
like,
sounds like House
no.
of Cards with Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, no shit. It sounded like a fucking movie. I'm like, how the fuck does this happen? Tony, how are we doing with comments? I haven't even looked.
Real quick, I think the only one we really needed to get on here. Let me see real quick.
Was it about Lynn shaving his legs? Yes.
Tyler Williams, if Lynn shaves his legs on camera, my wife will wax Farmer's leg for a Yanked Up podcast. You know, this could get kind of hot.
No side bets and no craziness tonight. No, I'm shaving my head. This kind of like last week or no, 2 weeks ago, the after hour show. A lady wheel just happened to say her name, Amanda. Tried saying, "Well, I'll shave my head if."
I was pushing for it. I was trying really hard.
And I was like, "Cool, I'll shave your head. I'll watch you shave your head. I'll shave mine too, and Chicken will do it." And then she's like, "But Lynn's got to shave his beard." And I said, "Nah, we're not even going to entertain that bullshit idea." You know, it's like I already shaved my head. Don't make me shave two things just for your. Sorry, you're the one who volunteered to shave your fucking head. Don't be trying to double it up. So Amanda, if you're listening, get it. Pay your rent and fucking do your taxes.
Yeah, Project Sadface said this whole Matt Gaetz thing started with Bill Barr's office. It did. So they were looking into other child sex trafficking things, and that's when they caught his friend and the other alleged sex trafficker.
Going after the bigger fish.
Yeah, and they're working their way through. And well, Kevin, do you want a link to the show or what? Like, what? I don't understand what you want.
I mean, yeah.
I think that was him indirectly reaching out for a link.
That was a soft. I miss you guys.
It would be nice to have a sex robot expert back on the show.
It would. I'm going to throw this up. Tell me in the comments, does this guy look trustworthy? I've defended so much of the right and Trumpism shit for so long, but this guy I was never like completely on board with. I think he's kind of funny, he's kind of witty, he's had some good remarks and some shit, but just there just something about that. I can hear myself talking. Thanks, Tony.
He's got a face for radio. And then you're not supposed to see it, right?
I'm going to say no. Yes.
Yeah. This look like a guy you just want to kind of punch him in the face for.
Kevin, no, the dark circles and face streams.
If like a
don't want to be touched.
Game was geared towards if you were making like a creator wrestler on a wrestling video game, but it was all politics, like this would be like the default character.
So he's like the NPC or just
pretty
like
much NPC. Yeah, there you go. Like, you come across somebody in the wooded forest. Hello, adventurer. Would you like to accompany in rescuing my sheep back from the gilded wizard down the brook? Except,
so that's the old Matt Gaetz that I remember.
Stop?
So what's the term for like in wrestling, like that one guy who would just go out with everybody, like Paul Bearer? He didn't really wrestle. He just went out there and talked up his wrestling.
The manager.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe that's what he could be. Gaetz could have been like a manager for some shitty wrestlers.
He would make a really good manager.
Yeah, he'd be like a heel manager.
Yeah, I could see him walking Brock Lesnar out.
Yeah, just to piss people off.
Yeah.
Like, look how much money I got.
Oh, Cameron! We got our sex robot expert extraordinaire.
Man, mustache for the win.
Do you like it?
Mario.
If Mario's attractive and a ginger, yeah, maybe.
If Mario like butt sex,
hang on real quick.
I like it.
Oh God, now what?
This is for you.
I'll get it.
It's for you.
Pull me up. There you go.
Fuck your sensitivity. I like it. That's a nice mug.
Wow.
And there's a nice middle finger on the bottom too. So when it's like getting close to end page, just to fuck you.
I got one when I was doing those morning shows that says "Have a nice day," and you flip it up and take a drink, and it flips you off. I was like,
hey, look, it's me.
oh my God, it's Kevin.
If I was shredded, maybe it would be me, but I got a dad bod from hell, so it's not me.
I didn't know Kevin was going to be on WrestleMania.
I know. I'm pulling for you, Kev.
The ladder match is going to be tough, but I think I can manage.
Oh, damn. You're getting ice shrapnel.
Uh-oh.
Chop up the ice and make it.
Uh-oh. What's going on over there?
Oh, by the way,
Happy
I know
birthday.
you guys will ask. So here's what's on Kevin's menu tonight.
I was just going to ask
some
that.
makers.
Smart.
Good choice.
All right.
Very nice.
Oh, so
Tantui Tin Man says Matt Gates gives me a Patrick Bateman from American Psycho vibe. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. I can see
Dude,
that.
perfect. That is perfect. I agree.
he
Dude, Urasama, dude looks like 100% groomed establishment politician you should never trust.
Yep.
Project Sad Face, he's got a face that a person would have if they had allegedly. I gotta get my allegedly back up there. Shit. Where's allegedly?
He does look like a face you'd see on a sex offender registry.
Super
I'm just
Trooper.
yeah.
wait. I got this is for you, Yanked Up. Mother of God.
Oh,
No,
Jesus.
Matt Gates gives that he ejaculates at the sight of other men's business cards kind of face is what that's saying. It's like, oh my God, the Off-White eggshell. I love it.
Hang on.
All these business cards are stuck
What
together.
the fuck? Hang on. That was so incredibly specific. Wait.
Have you never seen American?
Wait, is that from something or is that like a fetish?
No, American Psycho when they're all at the table showing their business cards and he like in his head is like fucking fantasizing about his card. So it's just like
I've got
my
a lag
version
issue
of him.
going on here. I got to refresh constantly, so I'm missing like half of what's going on.
Who's this guy? Huh? Who's this guy?
It's Tony, aka Max Headroom.
Yes.
I bet.
Yes.
Jesus.
This is what happens when you turn on the lag switch on Tony.
Yeah.
Starts.
Turn it off.
No, I refuse. I enjoy this.
I'll make sure I have my internet up to speed when we find a sex bot story. Mike
Yes,
Mika
do
says
it.
he's one of the agents that blacklisted Tom Cruise and Jerry Maguire.
So, speaking of sex robots, by the way, I saw a meme that I started hilariously cackling about because it made me laugh and think about you guys. But it was a Toy Story meme, and it was Buzz
A
and Woody.
sex robot story made you think
Yeah.
of us. That's
Yeah.
so nice.
But it was like Buzz and Woody, and they're like, "Oh shit, Andy's girlfriend saw us," and like the giant sex robot's like, "No, I'm one of you guys." It's like, what?
No, wait, but
I need to find that for you
Great.
guys. Can I get a liter of cola? Just order a large, Farva.
leader
I want a
recall.
large farva.
Oh, awesome. Next story I want to talk about. This is kind of so Tony, I and Phil kind of like talked about like doing more like segmented things and things to have viewers look forward to of like certain takes or just, you know, whether it be a skit or a bit or however it goes. And we'll see how this evolves. But I wanted to do, of course, being chicken, things that ruffle my feathers this week. Yes. So I'm so happy Project Sad Face is back tonight because this is the perfect time to bring this up. I don't understand how people are not red pilled. This week alone, we've had some of the most insane fucking news stories that we've been talking about of this is a problem and we need to look into this, and just gets ignored week after week. And we're just being told, well, the media is not lying to you. The media is telling you the truth. There's nothing to see here, folks. You know, it looks bad, but it doesn't mean it's bad. So there's this one that came out. So the NIH is this kind of goes into two big news stories that are like, how the fuck are you not red pilled after watching this? So the NIH it's the National Institute of Health, which is ran by Dr. Fauci, right?
Yeah.
They are now in the hot seat because of the investigations of the origins of the coronavirus in the Wuhan lab. So the WHO and several entities across, now this is news stories, this is an opinion, this is what's coming out of the news, have completely denounced the thought or fact that it could have come from a lab leak. So the lab leak hypothesis has been like completely just shut down. The media is, in my opinion, shutting it down because of, well, basically they're trying to just hide it, and it's a useful idiot type narrative to where they can make people look racist or seem phobic of whatever is convenient that week. And right now, of course, there's the big push on stop Asian hate, which I agree with. That should have been a thing over a year ago too, along with everything else. But now that we're trying to just like push this aside and act like there is no chance that there was a Wuhan lab leak is crazy. And so now the NIH, after further and further analysis and investigation, the Washington Examiner has come out with a story about how the GOP is putting them on blast. Not only is the GOP putting them on blast, but as you start looking into this, The Hill reported today that what's happened is the scientific community. So there's several factions. Is you have the media that's scaring the shit out of everybody. And I always thought, and this was almost a black pill for me, to be real. I thought the scientific community was not speaking out against this because they were afraid of being called racist. It's actually worse than that. So the NIH, back in, I think it was 2014, along with the federal government, said, hey, you can no longer fund this gain of function research with American taxpayer dollars without having oversight. So the National Institute of Health created an oversight committee. They have done zero oversight into any money that went to this Wuhan lab and to look into gain of function research. There's been zero oversight since then. All investigations have found. So they're not even doing what they said they needed to do in order to fund them. Now there's this EcoHealth Alliance that has actually been the middleman funding this and helping US dollars go into the Wuhan lab to research this gain of function. Now, the gain of function is how do you get a bat virus into a human, basically. And they research the genomes and try to build vaccines for future possible diseases. It's really important research. It's really good to do. It's just, hey, if we're going to pay China to do this, like, we need to have some oversight in how this is working. So EcoHealth Alliance has been kind of the front group for this and making the money flow. So then the scientific community come to find out it's not the fear of the media calling them racist or ruining their careers and smearing them in the media. It's because they're scared to death that they're not going to get funding for a whole bunch of these other things. Not necessarily, the media probably plays a little part of in it, but Fauci and the head leading the NIH, and the one guy that is part of the WHO's investigative team into the lab leak hypothesis and anything in the origins of the coronavirus. One guy for the WHO in the US has been investigating this. Guess what his job is? He is the head of the EcoHealth Alliance and serves to lose millions of dollars along with anybody he's involved with, of course, at that point. So the whole thing fucking stinks. Now, this is just like following the money back to like, how the fuck is all of this happening? We all know this sounds fucking ridiculous. How are we not even looking at a possible lab leak? And they're like, oh, obviously it's not. Well, are you sure? Because there's a lot of people saying it is, and we're not even investigating it. 60 Minutes ran a fucking story on this. And they interviewed this guy that's leading the EcoHealth Alliance. And they're like, so what'd you do to look into this? He goes, well, we asked him some questions. And they're like, so you took their word for it? He's like, well, what else am I supposed to do? Like,
investigate, because that's your job to
like
investigate the thing.
They should get a private eye.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe he does have handcuffs. I don't know what he's allowed to do or not to do in this whole scenario. But so 60 Minutes runs this thing like we're supposed to just be okay with this. They're like, well, they said they didn't do it, so I thought they were. It was pretty fucking legit.
So this means we have to start taking like murderers for their word at trial, and they're like, no, I'm not guilty, and they're like, yeah, okay, that's fair.
So you got like media doing this weird like fear mongering thing. 60 Minutes, the pinnacle of news. This is like when you think of 60 Minutes, you're like, fuck, there's some hard hitting stories they've broken. It's always really provocative. It's something fucking great.
20 years ago.
Yeah. Well, guess what they did this last week? They ran a story on fucking DeSantis, the governor of Florida. Fucking hit job. I've never seen 60 Minutes. Not only did they fuck up this Wuhan story and not trace it back, which was the Hill, like didn't even try that hard. And they're like, dude, check this out. Like it's all fucking right here. And and then you have this DeSantis hit piece. They went out and asked DeSantis to come in and have an interview because of Publix. It was the grocery store down there in Florida. It's like a Hy-Vee to most of the people that watch the show around the Midwest.
Looks like it's spelled Publix.
Yeah, it does. It does look like it says Publix. But anyway, so they gave Matt Gaetz's campaign $100,000. And so the state of Florida granted them rights to the vaccine and a lot of money, pretty much is what it comes down to. So 60 Minutes is like, they called him for an interview. He declined. He's like, I don't want no part of it. Dude's probably busy trying to run a state, whatever. And so they go down there while he's giving a press conference and start asking him questions. And they like confront him and say, how is this not a pay to play? They gave you $100,000 so they could get the vaccine. How is this not a pay to play scheme? They run this like little 30-minute segment on 60 Minutes, making him look like Trump. He does this whole like, they like cut off most of what he said, took it completely out of context. And it was a short answer. And then he goes, you know what? No, we're not. No, we're done here. Like he did the whole fucking Trump thing. That's what they aired. But thanks to fucking the internet and the age that we're in now, the whole fucking clip got fucking let loose. And he went through the explanation of not only did like, I did not push it on them. They were the only one that stepped up, said they were ready to do it. We did a small trial. I went to those trials. All the customers and people that got vaccines said this is the way to go. Then I presented it to the local authorities in Palm Beach and wherever the fuck else it was. And they overwhelmingly said Publix is the right way to go because 90% of our elderly population live within 1.5 miles of Publix. And if they're able to do it, this is what we need to do. And these were Democratic leaders in different counties across the state that decided to go with Publix. It had nothing to do with him. It had nothing to do with the $100,000. It was a total fucking hit job. And 60 Minutes fucking aired the goddamn thing. So journalism is fucking dead. If you're not red-pilled now and you still think they think or that they're trying to give Americans the truth and the real story, you're fucking lying to yourself. That's what's ruffling my feathers.
Yeah. I mean, it's obvious that journalism and actual news reporting doesn't exist anymore. When they tried to call the South Carolina shooting a mass shooting instead of just, a murder of a family. They're like, it's a mass shooting when it only took place in a single home and the killer targeted the person. And like, it was just stupid.
And it depends on what website. If you go to vox.com, it's like 2 or more people. If you go to some others, it's 3, some others are 4. Like we did a whole mass shooting episode one time and went through that weird Vox map. That was disgusting.
It's just like to me, if it's like a public place, then you could probably classify just about anything as a mass shooting. But to like claim like a murder of a family as a mass shooting just for your narrative is kind of stupid, especially when it's in the family's home.
Oh, hold on, Tony. I just want to be clear. He said cunt. Drink.
Wait, I got it. I'll say it. Call them bitches cunts. There you go.
Yes. Anyway, so yeah, I still and I haven't gone through the comments. I don't like the whole red pill fucking scenario and how people still just like believe the news that they're being fed as like realistic. The story that I shared earlier this week where like the one reporter was like, hey, Kamala Harris was now responsible for the border crisis and she's the border czar. Why would she go to a bakery in Chicago and not go to the border? And Jen Psaki was like, well, she needs a snack like everybody else. It's like, oh, you need a snack.
Snacks are important, okay?
I
Speaking
think
of which,
was that you, Lynn, that brought up the
You're a
snack?
snack.
I said, bitch,
Oh.
use a snack.
stop it.
Yeah.
Mm.
I met Kevin. Kevin's a snack with that damn mustache.
Yeah,
use
that's
a snack.
Use a
bitch.
snack, bitch.
What can I say?
All right.
I got some Swiss rolls. You guys want some?
No,
I got snacks. It's
Snack.
fine.
no, I'm a nationalist. I don't believe anything Swiss.
You got any American rolls?
Just kidding. We're actually Swedish, aren't we?
Swedish.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, part of us.
No.
We're
The West, the,
Swedish.
West, the West family is heavy. You're heavy German, is what we are.
That's why I said the Swedish.
Yeah, Swedish. Oh,
Which
yeah.
is
You
just
gotta
extend.
say Swedish. I'm Swedish.
Did you messed up? I wanted to kind of tell you. It was did you ever do the Nazi knock joke?
Oh God, can we say it on here?
Yes,
Okay.
but yeah, get a little closer.
Okay. Oh no, I know this one. It was on The Office. I know what the
Oh,
fuck
okay.
you're about to
He was
do.
gonna say, knock, knock, and he was like, "Who's there?" I'm going to ask you questions.
Slaps the shit out of him.
Yeah.
I was
Do you like
"Yeah,
my-
you gotta come here."
I had who's the farm grow the farm up or whatever, his usual factoids. I threw one in there. It's Jackie Chan's 67th birthday today.
Oh, nice.
Uh-huh. Does he still do his own stunts or?
Probably.
67-year-old stud. Yes.
Yeah.
Tony, where'd you leave off in the chats? I'm not sure.
I think the only thing he hasn't done is
I
threw some
popped
as everyone needs a
everything up
snack.
as you were going through it.
Okay.
Ursama had one, and Project Sad Face had one. But I mean, it coincided with everything you were saying, so they were popped up.
Gotcha.
If you
I
pull up
concur.
sad faces, obviously if it's like a huge slew of people, it's going to be a mass shooting. But if it's like a single family just chilling in there, 4 people, it's not a mass shooting.
So to address this, so like the week of the Colorado shooting, they were like, "There's been 8 mass shootings," and so it was like, okay, like what were they? Why aren't we hearing about them? If there's 8 mass shootings in a week, like why are we only hearing about Colorado? What else is going on? And you look most of them up, and it was like a double murder suicide, and
Yeah.
and not to downplay any of those. It's just when the pleb, the normal person that does not pay attention to anything, the people that don't watch a show like this or anything on YouTube, most people, when you tell them, if you walk up to a random dude on the street and said, "Hey, how many people need to die before you classify it a mass shooting?" They'll be like, "Oh, probably like fucking some dude with a fucking AR comes and sprays down like 5 or 10 people at least." That's probably the answer you're gonna get. But a lot of the ones they count are like they're a family. Like, unfortunately, some fucking lunatic either loses his mind, kills his fucking wife and kids, or some crazy lady poisons her fucking family. I don't know. There's all kinds of weird shit. And it's usually not some stranger going out in public and shooting people. And so,
Yeah.
Or a drug deal gone bad.
yeah, or a drug deal gone back. They're conflating some of these mass shootings. Sure, if you want to call it and define it as 2 or more, I don't care. Like, put a number to it. I don't really give a shit what that number is. But when you conflate like a personal issue in a family thing like that to going out and just mowing down strangers, they're 2 different things. They
Yeah.
like, granted, at the end of the day, a lot of people fucking die, and that's not good. But to try to bring them together as like it's they're trying to scare you. They're trying to drive fear.
It's the same thing as they
were
conflate the amount of gun deaths, and they say, "Oh, all these people died from gun related injuries or deaths or whatever," and like a giant amount of it is suicide. And you're like, "Oh, we're not gonna put that in there. You know, we're not even gonna explain that part. That they just make the gun numbers bigger so it's more fear based.
Oh, yeah.
Get you to say." The AR.
It's
is
a lot
bad
easier
thing.
for
Oh,
people
did
to-
I say it? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot easier for people to give up rights when they're scared. You saw 9/11 and the Patriot Act. You're seeing it now. It's exactly what's
masks.
the mask thing. Sure,
Well, it was
there's some fear base in that.
It
Like
was
Tony
like
has to wear
19.
glasses on
Oh
podcasts.
wow, Tony looks good now.
Except
Or
he's
did he
frozen.
freeze?
Yeah, he froze. But it's like the same thing with like taxes. Like that happened in, what was it, the 1930s or 40s or whatever. They instituted taxes to help with like war, like depression relief efforts. But now taxes are still there, even though it's supposed to be a temporary thing. Like
Right.
the more you keep allowing the government to extend their reach and like take control of things, the more they're going to keep doing it and overextending themselves and taking advantage of that situation.
Urasama says Biden is on it. The Democrats are already trying to get rid of families.
Exactly.
Yeah,
If
the
there's
nuclear family thing has been such a weird thing. A very socialist. Well, not even socialist. That's more of a communist push
well,
over the last few years.
Well, they might accomplish that in the next 20 years because, like, the kids these days,
They've already
don't
accomplished
really-
it in some communities.
don't really value like relationships as much. I don't know. I don't want to say like all that generation completely. I mean, some that were raised normal, but you know, there's some that are just like, we'll meet on Tinder, hook up, and then I don't really
just-
want to. I don't want to be tied down with a relationship and then have kids and then be like
I don't have to
yeah.
work for it. I just want
Yeah.
pussy. Like
Yeah,
that's pretty much.
What you're getting out. Newer generations don't want to,
Kevin.
they don't want to get married and they don't to reproduce and have children and then do what everybody else has done before them. And I guess it's working. And we're getting our population in control. We don't need Bill Gates.
Yeah.
I mean,
True. Hey, yeah, we don't need Bill Gates this way. Just let the
or
Zoomers
the
take
other
over
Gates
and
from
make
Florida with the
everything an app. And yeah, those eyes are popping, Tony.
He's lying.
I don't know. I'm trying the phone. The video might suck just as bad, but maybe the audio won't be.
No,
as
the
delayed.
videos. The
Yeah,
videos.
your
good.
video
The
is like
audio's-
10 times better than your actual like
your
webcam.
audio sounds like you're in a bathroom.
Yeah, it does sound like you're taking a shit, but
Excellent.
He is. He moved his desk into above his toilet. So
Yes, absolutely. Just kill two birds with one stone and just saves time, streamlines everything.
two turds with one stone.
exactly.
as long as that turd's not one of the stones.
And he can use it as like a bomb drop. He's like, and this is what I think of that fact. Just drops a shit.
What'd you think of this? What you think of that?
The rest of the story.
And we've already gone to poop jokes. This is great.
That's what I do.
Fantastic.
Poops and dicks.
Poops and dicks, baby. Poops and dicks. Gotta love it.
It's such a related
Kevin,
stuff.
You cunt.
I must ask you a question.
Mustache.
Yeah, well, where the hell did your beard go, man?
I kept getting like, I don't know if it was like a cyst or like an ingrown hair, but like something like kept coming up like right here on my chin whenever I like it was growing out, and I just got tired of it and just decided to shave it off because it was causing issues and it was uncomfortable. Like if it was like a zit or an ingrown hair, it was like never poppable. I would just fuck with it, and then it would hurt my face because I would like scab over from the amount of times I tried to squeeze it.
You hurt my face.
All right,
Thanks.
now we're all grossed out. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Dr. Pill Popper time, or Pimple Popper.
I was like, pill
Pill
popper. I was
Popper,
like,
whatever. We can do
fuck,
that.
all right.
too.
Drug, you son of a bitch.
Sorry, I'm not Hunter Biden.
hey, listen, she takes offense to that. Don't use those words.
Oh yeah, Marilyn, poor girl.
Anybody catch Biden's press conference?
I caught parts of it.
I did, like right before I left to come here.
Yeah,
And he's like,
yeah.
and they're like, he ain't coming to take your guns. Well, it sounded like it today.
He kind of did the you can't see fire at a crowded theater, and a whole bunch of people are like, actually, Supreme Court said you can. You shouldn't, but you can. It's not illegal. Like,
Anyone else proud of Arkansas for telling all federal gun laws to go eat shit?
yeah, Iowa's working on the same thing. You don't have to have a handgun purchase permit in Iowa. I think July 1st that goes away.
Oh yeah. Well,
I don't even know what Missouri's doing,
yeah, I know.
and I live there.
I know Kansas still needs a purchase permit, but you don't need a concealed carry. Nebraska, you need a concealed carry to actually carry.
Nebraska
your
actually
handgun.
sucks with gun laws right now.
Yeah, it's not great. I will give Cali some props. They finally got rid of their 10-round maximum magazine.
Nice. One thing I saw, like, we don't have all the details on the Biden thing and what he's proposing, but the one I did read, and I'm curious to see how it's going to come out, because so a lot of people will take pistols, add a buttstock and accessories to them, and essentially make them into an AR. They're just under 16 inches, so it's not technically a rifle, so it's still a pistol. So Biden wants to classify those as rifles. And I'm like, well, most states have specific laws against pistols, and you have to do extra work a lot of times in most states to get pistols. Like Nebraska, you have to get a handgun purchase permit. Same thing in Iowa, which that goes away pretty soon. There's a lot of states that like regulate pistols more than they do rifles. So if you want to take these guns that are essentially a pistol with a bunch of accessories that are like a small rifle and make them more accessible by calling them a rifle, because for a rifle, I can just go to Walmart and fill out a 4473 and I can buy a rifle right then and there. But like the Walmarts of the world and places won't sell handguns. You have to go to a specialty sports store or a gun store to buy a handgun. So now we're going to, like, if I'm curious how he's going to approach that, because that is like the dumbest fucking way to stop people from buying the handgun that looks like a rifle now. Because it's hard to get those, to get those. July 1st for Iowa.
I saw the same thing you did, I think, where one of the things that he was going to harp on was like, because I think it was the Colorado shooter or one of the Atlanta shootings, that the guy had a AR pistol. Basically, it was a AR pistol in all other words, but it was just a pistol that he added a brace to and extended it, and that's why they want to like start regulating that more. But
they're not even. It didn't even say they wanted to regulate it more.
Yeah,
like
it was weird.
All of Biden shit today was just nonsensical. Look at me, I'm trying to do something, but nothing is actually in there. It's like, we're gonna stop the loophole. The gun show loophole. I'm like, dude, most gun shows make you still do a 4473 and do a Nick's check. Like that's still a thing.
The weird talk about like weapons of war and all the other shit, trying to compare
go shoot a shotgun.
Trying to compare it to an M16, like A2 or A4. Obviously you know the difference, Kev. And he's trying to go off like a semi-automatic rifle. I can't really specifically say the word without drinking. Is basically the same.
AR-15
is the
Well, if you say assault rifle, we're good.
I'm like, if it was the same, you'd call it a fucking M16.
Yeah, I'll just turn it that way a little bit.
You can say assault rifle in, because the word that we're supposed to drink on is Armalite, and we'll drink again for it. It's an
Armalite 15.
All right, so then he was saying he was talking about the ban that happened before that he worked so hard on, and that was the fully automatic ban.
Yeah, which has been in place since what, 1986.
Yeah,
you can't have a fully automatic weapon except for a few states.
Okay, I mean,
you have to have a special license for it, and
So you mean
you can go get an FFL and you can have a fully automatic?
Yeah. Or you can, just purchase it illegally and go to the streets of almost any giant town and do it anyway.
The only thing I saw in there substantially from anything he talked about was like the ghost gun thing. But the ghost gun thing, I don't think is as big of a deal. Now, maybe they're getting ahead of it, because I could see it becoming one. Like I got a 3D printer right now and I could 3D print gun parts potentially. And make a single fire. I'm trying to remember what it's called, but like, so maybe they're trying to get ahead of that, which I could understand, like trying to do that. But they're talking about the ghost gun kits, the 80% lowers that you can, all you have to do is finish drilling. There's no serial numbers. Like, I get it. Most people didn't know that was a fucking thing though. Yeah, and now it is widely known. Now the popularity of those, I'm not shitting you, this week, fucking woo! A whole bunch of people are like, I can buy a gun without a serial number. I just have to drill some holes. That's
that's the worst part about like all of these regulations that they try to institute is they tell like the general public what like crazy like fucking boogaloo dudes want to do to their rifles. They basically tell that to the general public and give it to like normal people who don't like shooting fully automatic guns. They're like, what? And then crazy people are like, oh, I can do that? That's cool. I can make my gun
Fuck
fully
yeah, that's
automatic.
still legal.
Yeah.
I just got $1,400 from Biden. I'm gonna fucking do this.
But
It's kinda
the,
like
the
when
best
somebody. Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
but I just like for this whole like section right now, I want you to just look up some of the things that people have turned into the buyback programs, because some of it is literally like a fucking metal rod on a piece of wood, but they have a like enough like functionality to like classify it as a firearm, and they're literally able to sell like a 2x4 with a metal rod on it that somehow if you like click it hard enough it shoots a round off, and so it can be a firearm.
What a fucking
Like, some-
hustle, though.
Yeah, it is. It's extremely a hustle because people can just be like, you know, fuck you, law enforcement and ATF. I'm going to sell you a piece of wood with a rod on it, and you're going to give me money for it.
Woo! Get us banned on Twitch.
Hell yeah.
So at what
Well,
point do
I
we
was
start
gonna say
regulating the whole homemade
Yeah, that's-
arsenal as far as buyback goes? Because at this point, people are going to take advantage of that, obviously.
Exactly.
So
And
how
that-
many people are going to hear us say that and start doing that?
Oh no, everyone's seen it because it's been on like meme pages and everything else for like the last like 3 months of what people are trying to do with buyback shit, and they're getting away with it because law enforcement, as long as you can verify that it fires, will accept it for the buyback program. So until they actually just, you know, shut the fuck up and let people have legitimate rifles versus regulating more of like the only thing I think should be occurring with like firearm purchases across anywhere is what Japan is doing with a more stable mental health background check, and that's it. As long as
Well,
you
hold
can,
on, because that leads to red flag laws.
but it does. But at the same time, as much as like Japan has extreme in-depth like crime organizations,
Japan
that they
has a
do-
lot of mental health issues, though. That's like the highest suicide rate in the world. Like,
They
That's
do, but
kinda,
at the same time,
you know,
most of Japan commits suicide by
traditional.
well that too. But most of Japan commits suicide with either like jumping off a bridge or doing like things like the worst way,
allegedly. Yes.
allegedly. But
Tony's like, Jesus, guys.
because I think like if you look at like what's the wrestler's name? We talked about it on the podcast last year. The wrestler that killed his family.
Chris Benoit.
Benoit.
Yeah,
The wrestler that shall not be named. Benoit.
Yeah.
Benoit.
but like you look at him, he killed his family because he was mentally unstable through like concussions, like
Steroids.
allegedly. But like the common occurrence with like any like mass shooting, and for lack of better words, or like any like murder or anything, a lot of these people are mentally unstable, but they're still able to get a hold of these firearms or anything else because laws don't stop them. Because like for instance, the Vegas shooting that for some reason is no longer talked about or like a concern, like none of those were legal except I didn't hear a single thing you said, Chicken. It was all blank.
I'm a full-on conspiracy theorist on the Vegas thing.
There's a lot
But
of
like,
questions.
but like,
on
look at all of that.
one.
He had like Vegas has a lot less strict gun laws when it comes to fully automatic. It's easier there, but at the same time, all of that shit and nothing.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, folks, smash the thumbs up button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, join the page, all that good stuff.
I think I'm on everything. Twitch,
Good.
Facebook, YouTube. I think I'm on all of it.
Nice.
Andy's
So,
on Xbox
real
Live.
quick, do we have it was what, six executive orders today from Biden? Do we have those pulled up? I wanted to go through that.
I don't know if he actually has executive orders. He just talked about them. I don't think he's signed them yet.
Kind of mumbled a bunch of stuff in front of a
So-
camera.
Yeah, he was like, I think he tripped over his pen when trying to sign them. I don't know.
It was all the way up the stairs. But
Let me look at Let me look it up.
But with like that shit, I've been wanting to come on the show to like talk about that in specific, where he said anyone who needs to write that many executive orders is a dictator or whatever. And then his like first 100 days, he
He's
did
the
what?
most ever.
Yeah, it was like 49 in his first 100 days, if that, if not more.
He suffers.
Yeah,
from,
and a majority of it
CRS.
was just
Can't remember
smiting
shit.
Trump. for the sake
Exactly,
of
like,
smiting Trump. Most of
a
it
lot
was
of it was-
just, oh, we need to get rid of the task force to stop child sex trafficking. Yeah, get rid of them because that can't do any good.
No, yeah.
What the fuck?
Speaking of which, when for as much as I dislike three-letter agencies and their established bullshit, but the FBI did rescue 17 children in Philadelphia from a child sex trafficking ring.
Good job. At least somebody's doing something.
They're
And
doing the Lord's work.
If you guys didn't know, Ashton Kutcher is a hell of a fucking advocate. He
Yes.
created like an app and everything, but he's like fighting sex trafficking out the wazoo.
Yeah,
He's doing his
what
fucking
was
part.
where was he? Was he in front of Congress
Yeah,
or
Yeah,
there was a clip I saw like a week or so ago?
he went in front of some like courtroom proceeding. I think it was either a Senate hearing or a Congress hearing or something, but he did like an entire presentation about sex trafficking to like counteract it and what he's doing for it.
Basically, it fell on deaf ears if he went to Congress.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
But
All
if
right,
you're
Tony. Here's what you were asking about. I do believe.
Really wounded.
So of course,
Yahoo Entertainment.
I Yahoo like pops up on all of my shit.
Yahoo.
because
Remember
it's
them from
a
20 years ago.
it's a hot topic right now because they're getting rid of Yahoo Answers, right? Not
Yep.
getting rid of it, but they're stopping new accounts and new like questions from being proposed. But all of the old content's still going to be there on Yahoo Answers.
Because they're
So
like,
right about
we
the time
don't
people
know.
sign up for it.
Yeah,
I really hope that like I ask Yahoo question something and they're like, I don't know.
no, you just literally cannot submit like new like forums or new anything. But other than that, all the
Ask Yahoo
content's still going to be
Answers
there.
where Jeeves went.
Yeah,
Jesus is dead.
fucking
or Mr.
shot him.
Is Mr.
Shot
Skin
him.
still
Shot him
around?
with a fucking pistol AR. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Mr. Skin is Mr. Skin still around?
Probably.
I haven't.
Anyway,
listened to Howard
here's
Stern in a
Jesus
while.
Christ. Here's the story Tony was asking for.
It is.
God
but,
damn it! I've had it on the screen for like 5 minutes.
You're welcome.
The president insisted the actions would not infringe on the Second Amendment as pro-gun advocates vowed to challenge measures in court. No amendment to the Constitution is absolute, Biden said. From their very beginning, you couldn't own any weapon you wanted to. That
That's a
includes
lie.
Yeah, that is a lie. The actions include okay, let's clarify. The fact that amendments aren't absolute, that's true, but the fact that you could not own anything is a lie.
Yeah.
At the founding. Now, prior to the Constitution, yeah, it was regulated by the British, but at the Constitution, deregulation completely. Like you could own a cannon. If you were a merchant vessel, you fucking every merchant vessel was like, it was like mandatory for you to have a fucking cannon on your ship. Free bird! Free bird! Sorry.
I have a meme for this chicken.
Okay, can we get through the story?
Yeah, you read it. I'll find the meme.
Okay.
You go. Do you think?
The actions include ghost guns. The Justice Department will issue a proposed rule within 30 days designed to try to limit the proliferation of so-called ghost guns, which are made from kits that allow people to make their own guns, untraceable because of the lack of serial number. Reportedly under consideration is a rule to impose background checks on those who purchase the homemade firearms. Stabilizers. The Justice Department, this is the one I was like, what? The Justice Department will issue a proposed rule within 60 days to make clear that a stabilizing brace for a pistol effectively turns it into a short-barreled rifle. So, like
putting a buttstock on the end of it.
well, is a short-barreled rifle or yeah, like my CMG over there, like same fucking thing. Stabilizing brace for a pistol effectively turns it into a short-barreled rifle. That is significant because it would be subject to the requirements of the National Firearms Act. So maybe I need to look into that, why it would be different. A short-barreled rifle, is that regulated heavily?
Yes, SBRs in most states you need a ATF tax stamp of $200 to acquire one, and it's the same with suppressors.
Yep. I
So-
knew suppressors were in there.
Just about anything that you need, any state that you need the tax stamp or $200 tax stamp for a suppressor or anything like that, you would need the same thing for the SBR or short barrel rifle.
So they'll add a tax stamp to pistols that are AR
Essentially.
modified. Okay. So go buy them up now, folks. Red flag legislation. This is the scariest one to me, I think. Attorney General Merrick Garland said that the DOJ would publish model red flag legislation for states to adopt. Now, okay, so if states have to adopt them, that's, I guess you can vote with your feet at that moment if that happens. Those laws allow family members or police to petition courts to order temporary block of a person obtaining a firearm if they present a danger, or even asking them for their firearm. That's probably the scariest thing, because okay, so let's live a scenario, or like put a scenario out there, and chat. Let me know if I'm fucking off base here, but if I thought my neighbor was a little out there and I knew he had a lot of guns, is it my fault if I call in that he is unstable mentally and the cops show up over there and then he kills the cop? Is it my fault? I knew he was unstable and I called him in for a red flag law for them to go take his guns away to protect him or protect myself or protect somebody.
We got to use the old phrase, don't start no shit, there won't be no shit. So yeah, it'd be your fault.
Or
Yeah.
the current popular one, fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
But
He fucked around, he found out.
I would say any responsible gun owner who knows that they're in the right would not obviously shoot a
Shut
police
up, yanked
officer.
up.
But like, I think that if someone's that concerned and they report it to the police and the police show up, a responsible gun owner is going to be like, yeah, go ahead. I have permits for all this. It's legal. Go ahead, search. I don't give a shit.
No. So in the scenario that the person is actually mentally fucking deranged,
Yeah. If
like
he's mentally
somebody's gonna
yeah.
die. Somebody's gonna die in red flag laws. Like it's, I don't see
Well-
good outcomes coming from this.
My thing is that
Who's the
if-
deciding factor on who's mentally unstable before
The fucking
you run
Karen
the
across the
checks?
street that doesn't like you.
No, the mentally
Yeah.
unstable background checks would be institute like the same way Japan does it, where you have to actually go see like a doctor.
That's an infringement.
It is, but I don't think it is.
It is.
because it depends on the
Mental health
classification of
wasn't
Shall
an issue
not-
when the amendments were written.
It wasn't.
Shall not
I don't
be
know.
what?
Infringe.
Be
Shall not
infringe.
be- Oh.
I don't like it. I don't like it any more than you do because, like, one, I have depression, so they could classify me as mentally unstable.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it already asked that question on 4473. Are you? Well, but it asked it a different way. But
You
it
have
does
any
ask
mental
you.
condition?
That was a funny thing with Hunter Biden and him throwing that fucking gun in the trash canners or his booty.
Allegedly. Yeah, allegedly.
No, actually, news story came out today. Forensic evidence said the laptop was fucking his. News article came out today, said forensic evidence that was his fucking laptop.
I'm gonna stick with allegedly.
Vindicated, as Phil would say.
Your neighbor. is a
Anyway,
terror.
but no, like, so there's a question on there, like, are you addicted to certain drugs? Are you doing illegal activities? Blah blah blah. Like those questions are asked on there. Now, granted, if you're a bad person and want to buy a gun to do bad things with it, you're gonna lie on that form. So, but like, it's an honor system. I get it. Like, take guns out of it, take the Second Amendment out of it, and we just look at it as like a form and a piece of paper. God damn it! Here come the facts. If it's just a form, it's no different than a piece of paper of saying I'm going to admit to wrongdoing on something or not in order to get what I want. Take the Second Amendment out of it. The 4473 is a joke. It really is. That, like, any forms that you have to fill out to do any of this, it's just meat for the liberals to chew on, to go, hey, we're trying to slow down gun control or people with guns that shouldn't have them, but they're still getting them.
I don't want to beat a dead horse, but there's
Shall not
be
infringed.
shall not be infringed, and there's a wonderful city that we always use, as an example, and I'm sorry if it's just predictable, but Chicago,
Well, I
fucking
mean-
Chicago.
Yeah, I heard there's a really good bakery there. Kamala talked about it. Drew.
Yeah, they have a really great bakery.
Go Bears.
Is
Lot
it the
of
one
gun
on the?
violence.
Is it the one on the same street
A lot
that
of
the
really strict
mayor
gun
had?
laws.
Is it the one on the same street that the mayor had? Like 20 police vehicles on.
Probably. Yeah. When she was protecting her home. Yeah. In her bakery.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm not
So-
allowed to protect my home. I don't know what the hypocrisy is all
How about
about.
you?
needed a snack.
then you watch them shows on like they have Chicago Med, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire,
have you
Yeah.
seen?
and
There's a lot
you
of
think
shit going on.
Every damn episode, the firefighters should be getting shot at because of all the violence that happens in Chicago. You'd think that there would be at least somebody shooting at them every episode.
Have
but
you
they
seen?
don't- But there's a murder in Wyoming on Lawnmower every fucking episode. But no,
Right.
and Wyoming's population is like I got more balls than the population of Wyoming. I almost said Miami.
Miami.
Anyway, I don't know. I'm kind of rambling.
Miami
Tony-
probably has more people than Wyoming.
have
Tony,
you guys
did you-
seen-
Yes.
Did you prepare us? Oh, it's
I can love
Hold on.
you like that.
I could give you my world.
Shut the fuck up.
All that you need.
It's me, Romeo.
Smack that ass. Does
Get
she
outta
know
here.
she's live?
Yeah,
Okay.
but have you guys
Holy
seen the
red
stats?
face.
Yeah, have you guys seen the stats though for if you were to take Detroit, Chicago, and LA out of all gun like deaths, what would happen?
You have numbers like like Australia or something.
Hey,
You would have like
tell,
almost zero.
Kevin. Tell your girl shut the fuck up. I can hear
One, suck my asshole. Two, no.
her. Challenge.
All right, you're challenged. Suck my asshole.
Okay, so before we get off of this, or
I'll be in town
off
on
getting
Saturday,
off-
Kevin.
I don't- Wow. Oh.
Go ahead,
Asshole
Tony.
sucking. Anyway, so I'm not
Great
opposed
boodly
to the whole idea of mental instability background checks, but you can't leave gray area if that's something that we have to go forward with. Because if you leave gray area, the people that want to strip the guns away and don't apologize of it, they're going to take advantage of it. Hell yeah, I want to take your AR-15. They're going to take advantage of any gray
Well, shit,
area
they're
that
gonna
you
take
leave.
advantage of it.
So
About Beto.
we have to be crystal fucking clear about any kind of mental health background
it's-
checks or Jesus. If
You're-
we're going to make everybody who already owns a weapon go through something, you've got to make it crystal clear. There can be no open to interpretation. It has to be understood to the simplest form.
No, I absolutely agree because it's the same thing with like felonies. Like some felonies are like the most unviolent crimes in the world, but it's still classified as a felony and labels that person as not able to own a firearm for the rest of their entire lives.
Yeah.
So, but I 100% agree that it needs to be clearly defined what makes someone mentally unstable to where they can't own a firearm. Because if it's like simple depression or anxiety, like me, I still know how to like completely use a weapon safely. I never touch it unless I'm going to the range, basically, or if it were to be like a home intruder, that would be the only time I would touch my firearm besides the range. Because I'm
not
see
going
the
to
need
pretend
like,
that some of the people that are doing these actual legitimate mass shootings aren't getting their guns legally in the proper way and doing it
no,
very, very easily in some states.
Some
But
absolutely are.
The truth
but-
is, a lot of people doing some of the more small scale, like you just said, if you take out the specific cities where most of the gun violence is happening, a lot of that is happening illegally with
exactly.
getting firearms illegally. So, but you can't ignore the fact that if we do stay the status quo, some of the people that are truly legitimately mentally unstable or leaning that way we can't ignore that being a potential possibility as a massive, massive problem down the road. So I'm okay with some form of this, but we've got to ease into it. And again, no gray area.
I agree that the ease into it thing is the absolute go-to. But at the thing I'll say is like especially with the Vegas shooting and like a couple others.
Be infringed.
No. I agree 100%. I don't want my rights to be infringed any more than you guys do.
No, agreed.
But when it comes to the Vegas shooting, he was reported how many times previously, and the FBI ignored it.
Yeah.
See?
People were like, "This guy is fucking insane. Like, someone needs to check him out." And they're like, "Nah, we don't feel like it. He's not a threat." But I just don't want anyone to like knee-jerk reaction anything is my thing, because I've seen it plenty of times where people jump the gun. They're like, well, we're going to do this, so that means everyone involved is going to be fucked.
Well, I can give you an example.
I don't want.
I can give you an example where it worked. Sometime in the 80s, right? Nancy Reagan's like, just say no. And they started the war on drugs. And since then, no fucking drugs in America at all. We don't have any drugs.
It's true.
Nobody's doing any drugs.
Listen,
I
I'm not saying
They banned all drugs. And sure enough,
Yeah.
guess what happened?
I'm not saying
We have
anything's
no
going to work 100%. Obviously, gun laws don't fucking work because people can still buy fully automatic weapons, Uzis, fucking
I just
assault
don't know why
rifles,
we're
everything
making it.
else.
It's like
It shouldn't be a debate.
criminals
but
are going to get fucking guns regardless of what the fuck we're doing.
No, but when it comes to
You know?
appeasing the masses, when it comes to legal gun owners, the only thing that's going to make anyone comfortable with their neighbor and not report them is if they know for the fact that that person has passed a background check that has been stipulated as such. And I hate it because I don't want it to happen, because if I have to tell my neighbor, you know, like I passed that, like I'm good, don't worry about me. I don't feel like we should have to. But in order to shut everyone
You won't
up
be able to
and
just say it. You're going to have
No,
to go,
no.
oh, look, I've
Oh,
got
yeah.
my card.
I've got
passed
my
the
vaccine
background
card.
check.
I've got my mental
Yeah.
health card. Don't worry about me. But I just want to shut everyone up because I know for a fact that no one will ever be quiet. It'll never be safe. And there's plenty of pictures online of the amount of fucking shivs and everything that prisoners have made.
I want the responsible gun owners to have no questions whatsoever that they should 100% be allowed to own guns.
And that's the worst, is that as a gun owner, I'm concerned that some crazy fuck is going to try and like pull like my guns from my house for no reason other than the fact that I have them. Because I've committed 0 felonies. I've committed 0 acts of violence against anyone while having a firearm in my possession.
Maybe you should commit some violence.
I don't want to. I just want to be a normal person.
I'm just asking questions.
I'll shoot you, chicken. How about that?
Another
Shoot my own family.
drug thing. Most of these mass shooters that we're talking about, the big ones, usually had some kind of prescription drug for a mental issue. And maybe, just maybe, I might be wild here when I say maybe the drug that they're on probably affected them in a fucking diverse way that made them fucking go batshit crazy and start shooting people. But
I 100% agree because
that's the only thing that's spiked in the last 20 years, since most of these school shootings and weird shit started in my senior year in high school, which was what, 98?
Yeah, 98, 99. What Columbine was 99, wasn't
yeah,
it?
I think it was 99. So it's like right after I graduated. And it just escalated and just got worse and worse every year. But they keep handing out pills to children for like ADD and all these other fucking mental things that just all of a sudden, instead of being able to whoop your kid's ass, now you got to just give them pills and tell them they're great.
That's the worst part about it.
But they are great.
Then they
They're
wake up
great.
and realize they ain't
They're
shit,
great.
and then they take it out on society, man. I mean, just fuck. I mean,
No, I 100%
I'm
agree.
trying to
Like,
overly simply.
That was
I'm-
it's such a Midwestern term. Kevin just went, no, yeah.
No, yeah,
No.
Like as a former military
There, I
person,
got
someone who loves
Sounds
guns,
good.
like left to right. Like I love my guns. I want everyone to be able to own whatever gun they want, do it safely, go to the range, have fun, do whatever the fuck they want.
Lasers.
And I agree with Urusama. Like appeasing masses usually doesn't do anything, but I just don't know how else to go about it, because Japan has like succeeded in doing things safely as like the only country to institute heavy gun laws and still function as a country and not be taken over by all the government restrictions and everything else. They're still doing things just fine.
The appeasing of the masses is always just going to take one little thing away every damn time.
Well,
So
that's
with
the worst part
the
about it.
Nevada or with Las Vegas shooting, what they take away the bump stock. They already got rid of the bump stock, so now what are they going to get rid of this time? They're going to.
I thought Supreme Court I thought it was like 2 weeks ago. Supreme Court
shut that down, or
I need to look into it. I thought there was a
Have to
ruling
research.
saying that is like they can't ban a bump stock because it's not.
but that's the thing. They
Yeah.
you give them an
Maybe that
inch,
was a lower
and they
court,
try to
but-
take a mile, but they're going to do it
Yeah.
one chunk at a fucking time, and
I feel
that's why
I
we
feel like-
say not infringed, not goddamn thing.
No, I agree. I don't want it to be infringed at all. I'm just trying to think of the best way to like compromise and meet in the middle.
That's the
But at
problem.
the
There's
sa-
no
but at the
good
same-
way to do this.
No,
I
there,
want
there
people
isn't.
that are going to be irresponsible gun owners that are fucked up from
You want
medication
people
or
to be
completely
irresponsible
au
gun
naturel.
Is-
I want them to
Yeah.
not be able to acquire these things, but there's no happy medium here.
there
Somebody's
isn't.
going to get the shaft.
All right, so
Somebody
this is
is.
what Biden said today during that press conference. Is he says that the gun companies, they have this, they can't get sued after mass shootings, and there can't be lawsuits against the gun companies or the blah blah blah. All right. That being said, when there's a mass shooting, how about we go
Thank you.
after the fucking shooter psychiatrists and fucking sue them
Thank you
for fucking
That-
not
that's what-
fucking diagnosing them right and give them shitty pills. I mean,
That-
why don't we fucking do that? Come on,
that's what I'm
Biden.
saying.
Come on, man.
Because that would actually take it back to the education system, and are we doing the right thing with our children from the
100%.
start?
But nobody ever
And
wants.
we don't want to address that. Oh God, no. Because
No.
like Phil always says, 100 years ago, writing on a chalkboard, yelling at 20 kids, and we're still doing the same fucking thing today.
Because that's not the problem. It's
That's not the problem.
No, the reason that Biden
at
won't do that
all.
is because if you can trace it back to the psychiatrist, you could eventually
Just
trace it back to
send
the
them-
medication manufacturer. And you goddamn right that Biden ain't gonna
If you
fuck
go
with
after-
them.
He ain't gonna
Yeah,
get nothing on Big Pharma.
After pharmaceuticals,
Yeah.
you're fucking signing your own death warrant. But
a
what?
cornflake.
I
Send that
love
grafted
Big
chicken.
Pharma. I'm just gonna say right now because I don't want another strike on my YouTube channel.
Exactly.
I love Big Pharma. I love vaccines. Yeah.
Can you pull
I-
up
like,
Uru's comment
Give
again
me,
real quick?
give me all the drugs you want. I will go bankrupt in medical bills on
So-
whatever you think I
Yes.
need.
Yeah, Big
So, what
Pharma
we were
is
saying-
basically it basically makes me sleep soundly at night. Like it doesn't matter which side of the pillow I have turned, they're both cool with knowing that Big Pharma's got my back.
I hate both of you. But so what Uru is saying here is 100% true.
This
because-
podcast is brought to you by Pfizer.
Hey, listen, you're
The only side
you're-
effects of this podcast happen to be anal bleeding,
too. You
kidney
too.
stones because of too much drinking.
Loaded penis.
Hey, you two, your brother. Your brother does cold room building for Pfizer. Just so you know.
I don't know. He hasn't called me in like a year, so I wouldn't know.
Fucking call him yourself. It goes both ways.
I don't have his
asshole.
fucking number, dude.
It does go
Well-
both ways. The last fucking 7 times I've called him, he has never called me once.
Oh,
Ha-ha.
snap.
Aha!
I'll-
The tables of the turntables.
I'll put
How the
his phone number-
turntables have turned.
How the turntables of time.
I won't give his number out.
Turn back.
public.
No, no.
time.
Post his
My
number in the
God.
chat.
Yeah, post
No.
Malone in the chat.
Listen, I love my dad, and I'm not gonna have a bunch of random assholes call him, especially from
He
your
doesn't even
fucking
watch
stream.
this show, that motherfucker.
He doesn't. But
Oh shit!
So-
I got a weird echo.
Yeah, you
what
lost the screen.
Kevin, go.
But what Uru is saying though about Japan is 100% true. Is America is an entire culture of
Read it off.
I'm right, you're always wrong. But I like Japan, but there isn't any way America is ever going to cultivate the level of polite consideration Japan has that allows for that sort of thing. Two totally different worlds. 100%.
Mhm.
Japan is a naturally polite culture. Like people will like literally bump into you or you bump into them and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, like I didn't mean to be in the way." Japan is a naturally considerate culture, and like everything they do is just like so based around that level And America is never going to do that because everyone is so self-centered in America, and it
Almost
sucks.
like they were groomed to be that way.
Exactly. And I hate it because no one's gonna like be willing to cooperate with any sort of weird gun laws. Criminals especially are not going to be willing to cooperate.
Well, of course.
And my favorite thing to quote people when they say eliminating guns will eliminate violence is that Cain killed his fucking brother with a rock. You really think people aren't going to stop hurting each other if you eliminate guns? Like, don't say allegedly. He did. It's in a book that Christianity has been publishing for 3,000 years or so. They say that Cain killed his brother with a fucking rock. It's never going to
Allegedly.
stop. Not allegedly. But it's just,
Well, it was the Bible.
so it's fake. It's a fake. But I just think
Hopefully
that,
nobody else is hearing the echo we are, but
no, I don't think so. But I just want fucking everyone to enjoy their guns. I want everyone to enjoy their freedoms. I want everyone
But not too much.
No, too much. Fucking live it up, but do it fucking safely. Care for your fellow.
There you
human.
go.
That's the simplest fucking way to do it. Is just be considerate, but no one is. Everyone cares about themselves more than they care about others, and that's the problem.
Well,
Chickens
we've
today.
been groomed to
And it just
understand
said-
and accept that we have inalienable rights and freedoms, and
Fix
that's
it.
great, and we should, and nobody
No, I
should
still
ever have
hear
those
an
taken
echo.
away.
me too.
But damn, there are some wackadoo motherfuckers in this country.
No, absolutely. There's some crazy motherfuckers who can somehow either get weapons legally through their state's,
Done.
restrictions, or
Good.
illegally and acquire it through the black market, which is
Absolutely.
unfortunate. But it's
Sorry, we had audio issues over here. We
Yeah.
haven't been paying
Uh,
attention.
That's why
I
we
didn't-
were
I didn't
kind of
notice.
talking over you and shit. My bad.
we noticed, but it's just like it's unfortunate that people are going to get things no matter what restrictions are placed on them. And it's as simple as like the black market in East and West Berlin during the Cold War. People were able to get weapons, acquire whatever they fucking wanted, drugs, alcohol, rocket launchers. For fuck's sake.
I like how we talk about the black market, and a lot of us would never even know where to fucking begin to find such a thing. Like, I'm gonna go into an alley because I've seen on TV that that's where those things are. I think there's a
No,
van and a guy
no,
named
you-
8-Ball.
That's the worst part is that like
No.
the only people who can get to those like levels of like connections are deep level criminals or people who get introduced to that level of society and are able to acquire those things and hurt the most people. That's the worst part. Like people like you and me and fucking Joe Schmo on the street who are like, oh, gun laws got restricted and I just want, like an AR for the range that's fully automatic. I don't know who to talk to.
I know
like-
who to talk to.
No, you don't.
You talk to Corn Pop.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
He was a bad dude.
Yeah. Go to the deep
straight razors.
go to the deep web and look up
Chuck 'em on the curb.
the black market and tell me what you find. But
Go to the go.
No,
to
you
the,
know the thing.
So I mean, basically, you go to a neighborhood where you get told not to go there at night, and you go there during the day, and then you just kind of say, "I'm not a cop. I just want to know."
then you get
And
shot.
Yeah. Then
You
you
get
get
shot.
Show me your tit.
I'm not a cop.
Hey guys, I'm not law. No, I'm not.
no.
The best way to do it is walk down like any normal street and say "fuck the ATF" and people are like, "Oh, okay, here's a gun."
Yeah, it's like, hey,
No,
take my gun away. Here,
I don't know.
have it.
I'm kind of all for ghost guns and just fucking let it rip, man.
America.
America, like this whole like the serial number thing. Like I get why they do it. So like the whole 4473 FFL thing. It's like it is a tracking system, and it's kind of funny. Like it's taking me a little time to kind of go, oh, this whole gun tracking thing. We keep 20 to I think it's 25 years worth of every FFL seller has to keep all the documentation on hand. So there's a tracking system for every gun. Now, if I sold my brother a gun sitting across the bar from me if I said, hey, do you want to buy this gun from me? Now, there's no law saying that I can't sell it to you.
Exactly.
And
You don't have to track that number either.
don't have to track the number anymore. But if you went out and killed somebody with it, they are
Which is
going to come
likely.
back at me, which allegedly could be likely.
Yeah,
but they'll come back to me and been like, hey, this gun killed 5 people. You bought it. What happened? I'm subject to a lot of investigation, a lot of questions of and I'm involved in that investigation at that time. Now, if that gun is transferred hands several times, which happens, it happens a lot.
They got to trace that back.
It's like, oh, you bought this gun
Somehow.
20 years ago. What have you done with it? Well, I sold it to this guy. They go to that guy. Oh, I sold it to this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I sold it to this guy. Oh, I gave it to my nephew. Oh, I gave it to this guy. It's like,
they go down that rabbit hole and they'll find them sooner or later, right? Maybe.
But
hopefully.
it's still a tracking system. That's my point here. Is like everybody's all against this like tracking system of guns, and like I'm not going to register. Like registration of guns does sound really bad because it's like monitoring and tracking in the moment. But like they're gonna find it anyway. You're already being monitored and tracked. I don't know why you need more monitoring and tracking because it's already there.
I got a loophole on that one and I'm going to involve myself in this one. Okay, a couple of years back, I had a shotgun. I had to go through the rigmarole of doing it. It was that remember that Charles Daly semi-auto shotgun?
Yeah, I remember that. That was a cool gun.
Yeah, I kind of regret.
It was a black synthetic fucking that thing was tits.
It was a nice fucking gun. It was good for what it was. I traded it for a 4-wheeler from a guy on Facebook. Like 5.
Oh, one of those old buy sell trade sites.
Buy sell trade
you
shit.
could throw guns on there, and people would be like,
it
"Fuck
was
yeah."
kind of cool about it, right? Well, I say he went and he sold it to somebody else, and that guy sold it to somebody else, and that guy went in and robbed a bunch of people and shot them, and the gun got traced back to me, and they come back and said, "Hey, what happened?" I go, "I don't know. I sold it to a dude on Facebook like 5 years ago." And that's where it ends. He's like, "Well, who is it?" I don't know. Why don't you call Facebook? Find out, dude. I don't fucking know how to track my old buy sell trade history from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
That's where it ends. I don't remember the guy's name. I can just tell you, I sold that for a 4-wheeler that fucking shit the bed like 4 months later, and that's why I regret fucking selling it. But I digress.
I've bought guns from I've bought guns from third-party sources online without background checks before, but I also had a handgun purchase permit, which is legal for up to 5 years in most states, to where you don't have to call NICS and get that background check. If you get the little certificate and you show it to somebody and say, "Hey, man," and like there used to be that Facebook like gun groups where you could like buy, sell, and trade guns between each other. Now they got loosey goosey on there, and a lot of people were just like throwing shit at each other, and were like, "Hey, I'll trade you this gun for this gun," and there was no tracking of anything, and it was getting a little weird. But I would make them like write me a bill of sale because I wanted to like just in case, like if I traded an AR once, and then I bought an AK once, and I was just like, kind of want a paper trail. I don't know if this is legit, if it's official. Like I was kind of young at the time, but I had a handgun purchase permit, and I gave them my license number, so like they could like if anything ever happened, they could like, hey, this guy's legit. They could call their local fucking sheriff or PD and say, "Hey, I just sold this guy a gun. Is he legit?" And they could run the number and say, yeah. This guy has a purchase permit. It is factual, and this guy's not a fucking criminal. So, but that's what you expect from a good citizen, natural or a responsible gun owner is to have the credentials for it. Not saying that I think everybody should have it. I think I'm old school. Bow's better, dude. Bow hunter. My son wants to get into bow hunting, so I'm gonna have to start trying. I'm gonna have to go
Is
buy.
he on Twitch or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's We got somebody on Twitch.
We got one Twitch viewer.
Hold on, I gotta
Yeah.
say cunt one more time.
Yeah, we
Hopefully
gotta
we
say
get
cunt
kicked
for
off
our
of
Twitch
Twitch.
viewers.
One of
Yeah.
those times we'll get a.
I mean, not saying that Twitch viewers are cunts. We just said cunt because Twitch.
I don't
tends
have
to
fun
ban
on
people who
Twitch.
Say cunt.
Oh, where's Kevin?
He just gets some booty
I'm back.
clapping.
What's up? Suck my ass.
There you
Ugh.
go.
It's a me,
Dude, that's
Romeo.
delicious. But my only like counter argument to people saying like, oh, gun registration is bad. It's like you register your fucking vehicle every year, asshole. Shut up.
It's different.
It is, but it isn't.
You don't have a God-given right to drive.
Sure you do.
No, you don't.
You have a God-given right to defend yourself.
They drove carriages and everything
But
before
We
licenses
didn't
and
have
registration
fucking
were
cars
done.
when they wrote the Constitution. We didn't have mental health issues either.
They had
Yeah,
horse-drawn
we had
buggies.
mental health issues.
There was definitely mental
We didn't
health
know
issues.
about them, and we didn't know about cars.
Bunch of
Well, we
rednecks
didn't
threw tea in
define
a
'em
harbor,
like
and
we
you're going
do
to say they
today.
didn't have mental
That's a
health
silly
issues?
argument. The definitions of today
Yeah,
are not the
because it
same as
hurts.
they were 250 years ago. That's so silly.
You can't bring up the fucking 250 years ago
The
argument
right-
and only
the
use it
right-
one way.
The right to defend myself and my property from anybody else is not changed in 250 years.
Yeah,
Okay, hang on. Pop quiz.
I
Pop quiz.
concur.
I want you to tell me why registering guns or having a paper trail would be a bad thing without bringing up the Second Amendment. Go.
Shall not be infringed.
Without
bringing it up.
I didn't bring it up. I just said what was in it.
Without bringing it up.
So
Why not having a paper trail is a I'm sorry,
No,
rephrase
why
it.
Bring up-
why
Bring up
registering the
why a
guns?
paper trail is a bad thing without using the Second Amendment.
Why isn't any of your business?
That's not a good excuse.
Why isn't it? What do you do at night with your wife?
deflecting.
Hold on. What do you do at night with your wife?
what's your internet history?
You can
What's your
go on
Wi-Fi
Pornhub and
password?
see.
Give me your IP address and your Wi-Fi password and your credit card number.
Hang on, I'll share my screen.
What's your social security number?
A
on
credit
there?
card number is directly affected to my income and my money. Why would that? That's not even exactly.
That's your
the
personal
same thing.
security, right? It's your livelihood, right?
No, that's not defense,
It's none of you.
which is what guns are for.
None of your goddamn business.
It's still, yeah, like Lynn said, it's still none you.
Still none of you.
I'm still waiting
What
for
I
an
do in
answer.
my
It's-
home,
It
my home.
Lynn, come here.
what?
I
how
don't
is that-
need public access to the history of your firearms.
Come
I'm
here,
just
Lynn.
asking why
Or
a paper
your internet
trail would be
history,
a
or-
horrible thing.
Lynn, come here.
So you knowing what guns I own?
Wait,
Other way.
hold on.
I don't
As-
personally need to know.
Okay, so was that what you're getting to though? Is like a public registry?
What's the point of having registration and a paper trail of each individual firearm?
What is the point of it?
That was gross.
Hang on one second.
Still warranted.
Not yet, I don't.
No.
Go ahead.
That's a good question, Tony. What is the point of people having to register? Is it to know what they own?
I think a lot of people's reasoning for the paper
Just a
trail
few.
and the registration is because of the argument that firearms can be stolen, the black market, yada, yada, yada. If we have a paper trail, if we have registration, it'll strengthen the argument that people are stealing weapons, illegally gaining these weapons to commit these crimes.
So who is responsible for that registration?
Well, it's not you and me, obviously.
Why not?
My thing.
Why not?
I think it should work.
What are you trying to get at?
I think it should work like a
so
time.
who's going to be responsible for it though? Because if it's not you and me,
Do you want it to
it's
be
not a
public record or
private-
not?
It's not a private entity that you trust. Like I have car insurance and I get to
Well, you're not
choose
going to
my
trust
car
your fellow
insurance.
neighbor, and you're not going to trust the government. So there's no happy medium here.
I
No.
will trust
No.
a private entity to keep my assets in line. If that's the kind of way we want to go with things, that would probably be the better version of it. Of like if we want to have some kind of like, and this is hypothetical, I totally hate this idea, but I'm going to go down your imaginary land here. If somebody is going to be able to track what I have, I do not I absolutely will not allow the government to know what I have. This shit fucking went off a boat. It's in the ocean. I don't have anything. Nobody's gonna know what I have. But if we looked at this from a different angle of like, okay, go back to the car thing. I don't understand lefties why they don't do these fucking arguments in a smart fucking right. You know how you attack the right is you come at them from the right instead of fucking doing this. Well, cars are okay. Well, cars have car insurance. Why don't you fucking get gun insurance? How about that? Why don't you fucking register your guns through a private gun insurance company? I'm not saying you should have to pay insurance for your guns. I think that's fucking awful. I think it's a terrible idea. But you know what I mean? Like, why are you coming at this from this whole fucking huge, like, government down fucking issue? Why don't we privatize these fucking issues and let people make money off of them? That sounds way more capitalistic, and fucking you'd get the fucking GOP on board so fucking fast. If you were left, you attacked it from the right, you would fucking do this and actually make money off of it. They're so stupid, though.
You want to know the solution I would choose 100%? Locally state-funded armories where you keep your firearms, have a privatized thing that state-approved local person can run, where you leave your firearms, and when you want to go do hunting, like go to the range, go do whatever, you go get your firearm, let them know you're getting it, but it's a state-approved place where you keep your firearms, except for like home.
I keep my firearms right next to my bed.
No, yeah, approved home defense things like a pistol.
Okay, then I want to be that private entity. I'll run my business out of my bedroom.
God damn it, chicken.
Apparently, so does James.
I might have some extra side. I might have some extra side things.
I'll store your guns at my house, man. But that's really what you want.
But that's the only thing I've seen that like I 100% like would be behind is like state funded, like approved like armories per like cities or whatever it is, where you were able to like store like firearms that have restrictions or whatever. But at the same time, you would also be able to like keep your own like firearms that aren't regulated.
I don't think it's anybody's business. It's nobody's business.
None of us do. But at the same time,
I know.
It's only a matter of time before the left.
Tony's the one proposing some of this weird.
It's only a matter of fucking time before the left fucking like institutes what the fucking Nazis, Argentina, fucking China, everyone else has done, where they take away their entire population's guns before they, start doing government
murdering.
I don't think that stuff will happen in the U.S. I think that's very hyperbolic. There's way too many guns. There's way too many rednecks. There's way too many. This country's way too big, and like I don't ever see that happening. I don't like to believe in that piece of it.
We don't like to believe in it, but you never know with our fucking government being as stupid as
there's folks in Germany back in the day that didn't believe that shit either, and you know what?
It happened.
Yeah.
There's what 6 million Jewish citizens that didn't think their government would do what they did.
Yeah.
Well, it started off with expelling the Jews. It wasn't necessarily to kill the Jews. It started off with a disarming of the Jewish and other population members, but primarily Jewish population in Germany were disarmed, had their firearms removed. Yep. And then shortly after, the Holocaust occurred, and 6 million Jews who were disarmed. So let's take this back against the government. Let's take this backwards. We were just talking about how we got these like, oh, we're gonna like tell the right people what they can do, like the conservatives can't do this, and we need red flag laws, and hey, that guy over there's got a Trump flag hanging from 2020. He's fucking unhinged. Yeah. You guys need to go in and take his fucking guns. And in some communities, they would fucking do it. And you know what? He would fucking shoot them.
Probably.
And then there would be a big trial.
And Joe Biden would be culpable, in my opinion, at that point for the death of whoever gets shot at that point.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Ooh.
Allegedly. I don't know.
real
Should we start
quick,
wrapping this up and
Well, I
start
Well,
getting ready
first
for the
off,
post show?
Are we
I have a
gonna
question
say
for you
anything about
guys.
the
I think you
Chauvin
guys
trial
dipped
at
into the
all?
No,
Glenfiddich
I
18?
want to save the Chauvin shit until we. There's a
Till-
lot.
Till the shit like hits the fan or what? Because
We've touched on Chauvin. Tony, you've been following the Chauvin trial at all?
No, I've been avoiding that at all costs because I know it's going to be a shit show, and I don't know if I have the patience for it.
yeah, I only got Tim Pool's take on it because I've been listening
Yeah.
to him. Like, I that's my morning work routine. I'll listen to him on my way into work and listen to the day prior's podcast.
Yeah.
And I'll listen to it all the way through. And it's that's where I finally caught wind on the. Aw, loving you is easy because you look like Mario. Doodin' doodin' doo doo.
Starting
It's
an
me,
OnlyFans.
Mario.
Starting an OnlyFans.
We are?
Yeah,
We're gonna make sex tapes?
yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, sex
Is
tapes.
that
Hell
Keith
yeah.
Keith the Reaper?
Sex robot expert starting to make sex tapes with a real girl. Love it.
Whoa.
Hey, does that taste like ginger?
God.
Does it taste like ginger?
I'm getting hot.
Your dick?
Smack him.
Oh, damn.
Choke him.
Get out of here.
Only
Hell yeah.
fans.
Get out of here.
Only
listening.
fan subscriptions. Get right here.
Pinch it-
Lay down.
pinch his
like,
titty.
he's like, get out of here. You're embarrassing me.
Get out of
My
here.
uncles are on
Pinch
here.
him.
Gosh.
Smack him in the face.
Gosh.
She can't hear you, Tony. You cunt.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
true.
put
She
the
could.
headphones on her real quick. I just got to tell her something. Come on. Yep. Hey,
Hold on, Jordan.
hey,
Hold on.
hey, we've been trying to reach you about your car's fucking extended warranty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
why
don't
didn't
even
you
have a
fucking-
car.
Damn it.
Smack
Okay,
him in the
well,
face.
I mean your broom. Your broom's
Smack him.
extended warranty. Sorry, you
Choke
set
him.
yourself up for that one.
Which broom?
The one you drive to work.
I have a couple.
Pinch his nipple.
Pinches, squeeze
Skeet,
it,
skeet.
just like
Ah, shit.
hard.
Who said
But
that?
hey, how you doing? I'm
Which
Uncle
one?
Lynn, by the way.
Hi, I'm Brittany.
Hi, Brittany. I'm Brittany,
It's
bitch.
Brittany, bitch.
Tomorrow,
Yeah.
Saturday.
Brittany, bitch. Yeah, it is.
Lynn, do you want to meet her
Sure. If you show up Saturday, you can see me in all my glory.
Saturday before you
Well,
work?
I have to work 2 to 10:30, but
I'll be drinking until I pass out.
He'll
No,
be-
I
he'll
won't.
be getting
I will
piped by
go
his
to bed
nephew.
at a normal time as a respectful
All right.
adult. I'm on the internet. I can't talk about being.
All right, Chicken and Lynn.
Brittany.
I want to hear your thoughts on
And
that
Brittany.
Glenfiddich.
It is fucking nice. It's kind of got a fruity
Hold it up.
Fuck you.
taste. That's the 18.
That one?
And it
So we're
is-
doing the-
It is a bigger bottle, man.
Oh,
It's
shit.
it's bigger than your average, and it is very much
Yeah.
worth it.
Pull it back up. And he
Now-
like removed you.
Oh,
I hit the wrong button.
All right. This is the
It's a
18 year.
small batch reserve 18 Glenfiddich
Yes.
single malt Scotch whiskey.
It's got a fruit beginning flavor. It's more
yeah.
not like it's not completely potent fruity at all, but
it's
you can-
super. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're very potent,
Now-
fruity.
The fucking 15 year. I was sipping a bottle last night. I have a bottle at home, and yeah, it's still pretty damn decent too.
I'll tell you the nose on it. You definitely get the citrus, which I tasted as well. The nose isn't as super citrusy as the taste is.
Yeah,
You just get a little hint of it, but when you taste it, it's like it's a smooth citrus. It's like you can definitely. It's very acidic.
it'll make you slap your grandma.
But it reads a constant source of pride for us. Our expert on-site coopers ensure. Kevin, tell your girl shut the fuck up. Ensure our casts are always unparalleled quality only by spending 18 years patiently maturing in the finest oak casts for our Glenfiddich 18-year-old pickup. Its distinctive notes of baked apple, oak, and cinnamon spice. I get the cinnamon. I'm not sure about the apple. I get citrus. I don't get apple.
I just said kind of fruity. I couldn't.
It's
really
definitely
tell what
fruity.
kind of fucking fruit,
Yes.
but yeah, I was getting.
It's actually super smooth. It's really good. I love this stuff.
Yeah.
This is the one you guys have got to try next. The Glenfiddich 21.
I actually
Finished in
saw
rum
a bottle
cask.
there. I saw a bottle of that. I should have fucking picked one up, but next time. Next time. Kevin, the great part about living near
Kevin's still on mute.
Yeah, living near a
Oh,
fucking
sorry.
military post. I got a Class 6 store, so I got military whiskey.
Oh
and
yeah.
I got the best selection, man. They had Megadeth beer. Yeah,
Speaking
so I was
speaking
happy.
of which, in case you are interested, which I'm sure you are,
Always.
even if you weren't on base or like working, they've approved all veterans, not just retired military, for base and commissary use.
Well, they did that January 2020. They were allowing anybody to go to the commissary and PX if you had any kind of percentage VA disability. So
Now it's everybody.
I've been able to go to the Class 6 since like January.
I mean,
last year.
I could have, but
I was
now
kind of cool with it.
Now they've changed it and have also added for any veterans in the audience, any state or national park you can get into for free with up to 3 guests.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm down with that. So Kevin, you know what that means? You need to come and see me every now and then we can go to the Class 6 store and buy some whiskey together.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you go.
I'll kiss my uncle.
There you
What's
have it.
up?
Yeah, you come over and visit his damn uncle every now and then. So I come down and visit y'all. Y'all come back up or come down there. Shit, we got Lake of the Ozarks near me, man. I mean, we'll go
but
have fun.
you're in the state of misery. Like,
Dude, it's not misery until you actually show up and you're like, dude, this place ain't bad. It's not Nebraska. I can tell you that.
no, the head shavings right now, Tyler. Lynn's about to get his head clipped by
We
chicken.
gotta shave my head before we fucking crawl out.
That's where I was gonna send a post-show invites. Let's start wrapping this up. Tony, did you have
I think
Tony's
we do
Kitties?
it before we go to the post.
Yeah, I think so too.
We gotta do it before the post because the commenters are like, do it during the show. Do you have like a big trash can, or are we just gonna take?
Okay,
cell
Chicken,
phone
you were asking what?
How big your dick is, Tony?
Tony, your segment for the night. Where are we gonna do like Tony's tits?
Tony's titties.
Okay, so I do have actually Chicken brought this up. We're gonna start doing some segments, some sketches, some funny shit.
Then I can just sweep it all up.
I do have a few interesting ideas. I've got about 3 or 4 right now.
Do it,
I'm
Corb.
kicking around. I've already started typing up scripts for them. I don't have it recorded yet, but I'm going to record these things. It's going to be a little vignette, and we'll play them on the show, and then I'll post them to my TikTok and my YouTubes after the fact. But they will debut live on the Dog and Chicken Show on a weekly basis if I can get them in on a weekly basis. I'm still catching up on some of the shows from last year, doing the best ofs. I'm still doing some stuff from the Ghost Hunt, so I didn't get the one I wanted to do this week filmed, but I do have it almost finished and ready to go for next week. So next week we'll have my debut segment ready to go.
I told Chicken I'd play video games on the Dog and Chicken Show forum.
Well,
Well,
I
we got
really hope.
Twitch.
I think he'll be definitely interested in having you do that. Yeah, he's going wee wee right now.
Do you think it'd be
Okay, so we're doing the head shave before we go to the post.
Yeah, I mean, watching Kevin play on Twitch, playing some fucking Call of Duty, fucking Black Ops would be kind of fucking funny because Kevin goes like 40-6-2, fucking mad crazy, just killing everybody on the map. I'll play with him, and it's like my KD is like fucking 3-2. And I'm like, I couldn't see a guy in the whole map. I'm walking around. I can't find anybody. Kevin's just going around mowing people down like it's no thing.
So,
and wow, that really made my mic sound funny. But
Yeah, I was testing here.
Chicken, it was right before you got off, right? Where you and we were on Armada, and it was like 8 kills in a single kill cam.
You got a trash can?
I can sweep it up. It's hardwood floors.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, do you got a towel so I don't get all?
Yeah,
I went nutty. Is what happened, Tony.
All right, hey, you guys gotta keep the talking going because we gotta get this head shaving thing going. So,
I'm definitely down to do a.
All right, they're gonna set this shit
video
up.
game streaming. Yeah,
do it, baby.
We'll talk nerd shit or whatever else while they get it.
All right, I'm gonna pop Chicken off.
And Lynn.
And I'll pop Lynn
yeah,
off
there we
real
go.
quick. So this has been a really fucking weird show for me. Hang on, I gotta take these out real quick because my internet is god awful tonight. I've got almost no speed for upload or download, and I'm running off of my cell phone for my camera right now, and I'm running audio. That's why you see the extra box off of my computer. So when I talk, I'm hearing myself talk, and it fucking sucks because it's loud as shit. So that's why I keep popping my earbuds out every time I go on a longer than a couple of word tangent.
Yeah. I think we're gonna do the shaving before post show, Corblick, so you're able to view it without having a link there.
Yes,
But,
yeah,
I'll
we'll get
post
the
my-
link to the post show popped up before we end the broadcast. Right
Yeah.
now, they're setting up to do the head shaving.
I don't know which. I never know which name to give console people for Call of Duty. By the way, Corblick, because there's like 3 that apply or that work somehow. So I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna flick this over so you can hear the whole room. So we're super loud right now. So Lynn, you can just talk normal voice. They can hear you.
Hell yeah.
So
Yeah, check it out. I actually have hair. It's thinning. I ain't got a lot, but
What's it like to be
Roy,
old?
Eat your heart out.
look at this shit. Wait. Yeah, I was telling him earlier. Yeah, you guys remember Prodigy? I am the fire starter. Yeah, no, all right. All right, that was your entertainment for the night.
Oliver Strong, folks.
Oh yeah, cut that hair
Oh,
off.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, those of you guys that were cool enough to watch the whole fucking show, you get to see this beautiful shit in fucking action.
Get a nice
God, those are
cut
some
off
good clippers.
there.
You
Yeah.
get fucking right
Don't
down
fuck
to
with the
skin.
beard, man. I'm gonna have to keep that.
If you touch
Keeps
his
me
beard,
looking
I'll kill
sexy.
you.
Ugh.
Want some resemblance of a mohawk here before we go completely off.
Did you start off in the middle or no?
Kind of.
It's not very centered, but Chicken's also blind, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Put it in your mouth, bitch.
Yeah, I'll fucking stand. You just look at this. Chicken the barber. He's like Floyd the barber, but
Floyd.
By the way, Yanked Up Studio says another bottle of Maker's Mark if you hit the
I still
beard.
feel long hair on the top of my head. It doesn't feel right.
I know. I left a little.
You like the
I don't
segment.
think Chicken heard me.
Like,
Here, you have like a.
I look like I got radiation poisoning.
It's like a Chuck Liddell.
I pity the fool.
Nah, yeah.
I hate.
You look like a
I pity
fucked
the fool
up
been telling
Fallout.
them lies.
He looks like a fucked
Jesus
up
Christ.
Fallout 4
All right.
custom character.
Chicken, another bottle of Maker's Mark. If you hit the beard. If I hit the beard, he'll
Dude,
hit me.
Yanked up. You know, I'm not that far away from you, and I'll be in Nebraska tomorrow. I'll come over and punch you right in the dick.
All right, I'll finish this. I'll finish this off. You fellas, keep on talking.
Yeah. Except for you, Yanked Up. You shut the fuck up.
I don't think you could hear me, Tony.
There it went.
You hear what I said, Tony?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Just in case you guys thought it was all fucking wig.
It's turtle
I'll be-
all the way down.
I put it in the chat just for Chicken to see.
I don't think the towel really helped much.
No.
I don't think the towel helped much.
Hey, I got an idea. Let's
That's
get,
what she said.
let's get all fucking drunkered up and then fucking shave a head like after we're all done drinking.
Chicken, I made a comment for you.
Okay, I'll read it when I'm done.
What do you got? Headset in so you can hear them?
Yeah, I got my headphones on, Lynn.
Oh, all right.
You couldn't hear before, apparently.
Yeah, I can't wear headphones. You know why? Get my head shaved.
I thought it was because you suck dick.
Kevin said he thinks it's because you suck dick.
Oh, well, coming from him, that's a compliment. Oh,
Ooh, so
Chicken's
now I am
pointed at. Is that
tickling
the
my
knife
brother's
laptop?
neck.
tickling my
I
neck.
am tickling his neck with the trimmers.
Hey, who's the snack now?
I'm a snack.
Who's the snack?
Yuck.
I'm a snack.
All right, let's turn you around and get all this shit off.
Oh, hey, yeah. Look at that.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's see. Let me get you.
Okay,
Get close, Buzz.
You got about a half ounce of hair from
Got the
all
no
of that.
guard on that bitch. Look at fucking Phil missing out on this shit.
Yeah.
I did this for
Oliver
Phil
Strong,
and
damn it,
his
Phil.
nephew, Oliver. And damn it, Phil, at least you could have done was showing up on the show tonight. You freaking Phil.
He had a bunch of company from Maryland. His family came in,
But hey,
flew in even.
it is what it is. We're doing good things.
All those goats in the bedroom, they eat up his time. I understand.
There we go.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, that's fuzzy.
There you go.
And it's a little white. A
Was that
little
too far,
Caucasian,
Tony?
if you ask me.
God damn, that looks good, baby.
See, here we fulfill promises, unlike with Amanda.
Yeah. Hey Amanda,
Oh,
pay your
Or is
fucking
that-
rent.
I was going to say, is that about her paying her
do
rent
your
promise
taxes.
or?
No, she was going to shave her head too, but
Yeah.
now she's avoiding this.
Yanked up. It
Fuck
wasn't
Lynn
that
looking
mean.
sexy.
All right. Now.
All right.
Somebody
Yanked
put
up. My-
fuck Lynn on there. That's all I heard. Fuck
My
Lynn.
comment
yeah.
wasn't that mean. Yanked up. Phil's a strong boy. He can take an insult.
Oh, look at
I'm
that.
sure he will someday.
That was a pretty quick fucking head shaving, if you ask me. I think I'm gonna have to touch it up in the morning when I'm sober,
Probably.
and
All right.
then make sure that the beard gets a little blended.
Yeah, I just
got
kind of
fucking-
I just kind of did some nudges around there. So
Yeah.
By the way, my comment, chicken, when you still had like the hair in the middle of Lynn's head, was that he looked like a fucked up Fallout 4 like randomized character.
yeah, I can see that.
They call me Gear Wrench.
Wrench. Surviving the apocalypse, one Fallout
So-
nuke grenade at a time.
How many bottle caps does it take to stick up my ass?
I went upstairs, grabbed a towel for Lynn before we started shaving his head, and my wife's sitting up there, and she looks at me as I grab a towel, and she's like, "The fuck are you doing?" I was like, "Gonna go shave Lynn's head." She's like, "Are you guys still alive?" I'm like, "Yup."
I'm gonna go watch this.
She's like, "Oh, Jesus, take a broom down with you." I'm like, I will. I'm being good, honey.
Hey, how much hair is that?
I mean,
That's a nice pile.
it's at least
that's
half an ounce with your thin ass hair.
Fuck off.
Good ass pile.
Welcome to the family, bruh. You're gonna do the same shit.
That's a fucking lie. Look at this.
How
thick
old are you,
fucking-
Kev? How old are you?
Lynn?
I'll be 28 this year.
Like a dead cat.
Okay, I'm 40, dude. I
It
didn't
looks like
start
a-
looking like an old man until I was like 30.
It's not quite a dead cat down there, but it's like a dead kitten.
Considering I still have a
It does,
thick
dude.
fucking
My
carpet
fucking
up
German
here. I don't
Shepherd
think I'm-
sheds more than that shit. So yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Consider-
swept up more hair off the floor than that.
Considering I have double the hair of like any of our family members, I think I'm good for the next.
I know, and it's red.
30.
I mean, you're fucking mutated west.
Yeah. Fucking radioactive
You
West.
got the fucking ginger gene.
You're
All right.
just.
Are we
jealous.
ready to like jump this shit over the post show?
I turn on Call
Hang
of
on,
Duty?
before we,
got-
do
we
that,
got
I'm
some
gonna post the link
replies from
for
everyone?
Oliver Strong on the Facebook page in the
Yes.
chat.
So Oliver Strong, of course.
My internet's
for that.
again running really bad, so if you have access to the link, go for it.
Hey, because
I'll find
cancer is a cunt. Everybody drink.
Drink is God, we're on scotch now.
Chicken, should I turn on Call of Duty for the post show?
I don't give a shit. What
You can
do
play
for the
Call
post
of Duty while you're listening to us, I guess. I
Nah,
don't know.
I meant to like stream, but. 'cause we
Oh.
talked
show.
about it before.
I don't want to
Like-
watch you play games.
Why? Because you're bad at them.
So is Tony gonna shave his
I was
head
doing
now?
really good tonight, you dick. Well, not compared to you. But
There it is.
I went 20 and 10, and he goes 35 and 12. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
well, Fuck you, overachiever.
Yeah. Nobody ever pays me in gum.
Who are you calling Cootie Queen? You lint liquor.
You lit liquor.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so people.
Did you
are
ever
in
find the link I'm
chat
looking for?
Telling
There's
me
a
to
movement.
shave it.
There's a movement in the
Sorry,
comment
I
section.
would love to,
about
but it
Tony
literally
to
will not grow back.
I think that's
well,
why they're
I mean,
telling
there's
you, Tony.
not much
I
left
know.
to shave, dude. So all you have to do is go over there and just like, and you know, dude, your hair loss is just as bad, if not worse, than mine.
I
So,
shaved my head in 2004, I think it was, and it literally took 3.5 months to grow back. I've got about
you try
2
Rogaine
years
with
tops to
minoxidil.
enjoy it, and it's
Yank
kind of
up
sad
that
at
link
this
didn't
point.
work. $200
do some
to
hair
hashtag
plugs
Oliver
with,
Strong if you do it, Tony.
And
I
I
can't
donated
find the
money
Oliver
last night.
Strong
Don't be
fucking link.
trying to fuck with me, Corblick,
Cor-
you bitch.
Corblick's saying $200
Oh, he
if
already
you shave
donated
it.
it. He already
If you
donated
were
it. Yes.
do it anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fucked up, Corblick. Don't try to fucking backdate
Yeah.
it. Goddamn Burger King trying to be a dick.
Burger King.
All
Yeah,
right.
you used to call him Burger King back in the day.
All right, fuck
Yeah,
it.
man.
Did we have a Tony's tit of the week?
Ooh.
No, I talked about previewing it
No,
next
he's-
week.
yeah,
I've got some
he's
things coming up, and I've got a bunch of ideas ready to go, and I'm hoping that I will have it all ready to rock for next week's show.
Oh, you said tip, not tit. I'm sorry. That's my fault.
There we go.
Oh no, Corblick said he's
GoFundMe's.
offering that right now. An
What's he
additional,
offering?
Oh,
an
and
additional $200. Tony shaves his head.
Come on, Tony.
You can just do it anyway.
You should just do it anyway.
All right, I think the link
It's cooler to
is
see him to do
properly
stuff.
working now. Those of you in the chat, you should have access to the link. Oliver, it sounds like, is going to be going to the Mayo Clinic here in a couple of weeks, and prayers, couple of bucks, donation, anything helps. Strong kid, keep the faith.
Hell yeah.
Don't
200
make that
bucks.
money.
200 bucks right now if you shave your head, Tony.
Shave your head,
Come
Tony.
on. Let's go,
Do
Tony.
it.
Do it anyway. It has nothing to do with my 8 hairs of bald.
Tony, I will shave my mustache if you shave your
In
head.
the right
now.
lighting, I look bald anyway.
Hey,
Oh.
tell you what. Hey, here's another one. If Kevin shaves it temporary to look like Hitler just for tonight,
Oh my god.
I will not do that one. That
how much
one's-
money would somebody donate for that?
Dude, I'll throw $50 in if you do it.
Jesus Christ.
We call you Shitler.
No, I definitely won't do it.
Chat, if how much you chipping in?
I'd say it's a Charlie Chapman mustache. I mean, really, tell you.
If we get Kevin to do a Hitler stash,
Oh my.
how much will you guys chip in?
We'll get canceled for that.
Yeah,
No,
we might
no,
get
there's
canceled.
nothing wrong with a Charlie
literally will
Chapman
get
mustache. It'd be
canceled.
funny.
This is the worst thing to do for a good cause. Maybe that is definitely a post-show conversation, folks. Let's wrap
Yeah,
this
I think
bitch
we're
up.
getting a little carried away.
Yeah. We don't want to taint everything with that.
He said
All right.
taint.
I did. Lynn.
So now that I got the beard and the bald head, I was kind of really thinking about getting some makeup and trying to look like Captain Spaulding.
Nice.
I think I can pull it up right now. I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah.
With all that
Little
being
devil's
said,
reject shit. Yeah.
yanked up.
So, and a huge, yeah, there's no fill, so I can't really do that part. But I got a nice, cool weekend where I'm away from the wife and the children and my mother, who also moved in. And I'm going to go see some fam that, I don't see occasionally. I started off with chicken. So, it's a good night so far. Brought him some gifts. We're drinking them as we speak. It was nice to talk to Kevin. I hope to see him again on Saturday and
Absolutely.
meet that lovely lady he's dating. And
depends when, because
if she gets off of work and decides she wants to come down and see a cool bald future uncle-in-law or whatever. And I'm not proposing marriage already. But it'll be nice to run into some of y'all if you're listening and you're in the Nebraska area and you wanna see me live and in person and feel my head.
None
You
of
can
that's
come.
interesting to me.
You can come to the great Fairmont Legion fire department prime rib dinner, which is an annual thing that they do. And I'm going to eat the best fucking prime rib you'll ever have in your life. For like, I don't know if they jumped it up to $20 a plate or $17 a
Who cares?
plate.
It's for a
It
good
doesn't
cause.
matter. It's the best damn prime rib you'll ever have. Other than that, I will just pass the baton over to my nephew, Cameron Pickles.
Say goodnight to the folks, Cameron.
Good night, everyone. I love you. Welcome. We'll get to the post show. This is the gaming. Don't pay attention to this. We're not doing this yet. This is post show. Yeah, we're loading. I'll load nuts into balls, but we'll get there eventually.
All right, say goodnight to the folks.
I did. I said good night. One,
Did
eat my
you?
ass. Two, good night, everyone. I'll see you in the post show. Hashtag much love.
That was so
Tic tac
bad.
toe sign.
That was so bad. Tony, go ahead.
Yeah. So everybody, if you have access to the chat and you can see the link that's on the screen still, the GoFundMe page for Oliver Strong. Like I said, even a couple bucks would help. Could definitely use the help, the prayers, and any good thoughts towards him. So definitely hit that up. And also, again, this weekend, get over to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast, WrestleMania this weekend, 2-night event. We'll be knocking out our predictions tomorrow night, I believe. Night 1 is on Saturday. Night 2 is on Sunday. It's an all-weekend deal. It's the biggest event in the wrestling community of the year, so do not miss that shit. Also, I'm almost finished with all of the footage from the paranormal investigation at the Edinburgh Manor. Go check out the Grip page on YouTube, on Facebook. Get ready for the footage from that. Really good time. Really some interesting stuff to come out of that. And of course, even though he was unable to join us tonight, you can't forget about the KOE Nation on YouTube, on Twitch. All that being said, you got to be there. He's doing a lot of these panels these days, and somehow he hasn't been canceled yet. So I guess he's doing pretty good. I mean, all things considered. But yes, that's all I got. Again, my segment. I'm going to try to debut that shit next week. So look forward to that. Chicken, take us home.
All right. Yeah, definitely the Oliver Strong, hit that up, GoFundMe, make sure you check that shit out. Also posted the post show link. I already see a couple of people sitting in the waiting room right now. We'll have all kinds of fun shit to talk about there for the rest of the night. Make sure you stick here with Big Buckin' with all of your favorite shows that we have on here, and you know, and fuck that tomfoolery guy because he's trying to stream the same time we are, and there's a
Fuck you, Tom.
there's a big difference between us and Tom is
We choose truth over facts.
so you obviously want to be here for all of the truth over his facts, the communist facts, that is. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I was so happy to be back. It sucked to be away for a week. Glad to have so many in the chat tonight. And I have no idea what you're talking about.
Comments.
Oh,
Check the comment.
check. I'll Tony. I'm told we need to check the comments.
The last one that I just posted just for shits.
He should shave the Backstreet Boy beard at least.
Tony.
Yeah.
Why you got to be
Close
jealous
up
of
on
my
his face.
sexiness?
Look at that.
I don't understand why you
Backstreet's
gotta
back.
hate on
All right.
my uber sexiness.
Why are you so attached to that beard, bud?
Yeah. Now it's not even your
It
hair.
took me like
anymore.
20 years to grow, so why would I?
And that's all you got to show for it? This took like fucking 3 months. What are you talking about?
If
Okay. Well,
anybody really wants a good beard trimmer, get over to Manscaped and get you a Manscaped 3.0. That thing is a fucking amazing.
That's for shaving your nuts.
you use the lawnmower on your face?
Do you hate Nick and your sack?
I use it
That's
for
all
my
he
whole
has.
body, baby.
All right, we're going to leave it there. Jump over to the post show, folks. There's much more to come. Have a good night. Appreciate you. Love you. Bye.
Wu Tang.
If it just smooths itself out.
Get back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you. Raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost. We gotta take it down.